into Mirage, but it's VQ on Mirage, and this is what we said about Pocha yesterday, and that wasn't enough. But I think the difference here is that it's not just VQ, right? There's so many players around her. I know Hanka's had a bit of a quieter tournament, but you know that's not going to last forever. And Joker as well, looking to step up. It's the OG squad for Team Poland here. Sweden, firmly the underdogs, but they've been fighting hard here, and name value alone, you expect to fight from them.
Yeah, you really do. But it's the old guard of Na'Vi Javelins that will be solidifying B, whilst everyone else just keeps their positions. We've got France-Denmark on the top, I can assure you. It is Poland on CT, Sweden starting on that T side. They've got a lot of room to work with here in mid, but Angelika is holding short.
Yeah, VQ is peeking out connector momentarily, so she might catch a player, and she does. Giuliano removed. Zaz maybe wanted to go for a timing there, misses the opportunity. Mzan looking to activate and see if she can punish VQ. He's still got Hanka tucked in behind default. Now the X-ray actually looks so hard for Mzan to find that kill, but it's Zaz that will collect it. Hanka will get the kill back though, falls behind default, sees the bomb moving forward. They weren't counting for Zaz, but you can account for her. You still have to somehow deal with her. Highest headshots in the server and shows it.
Look at this. They've run away. Sweden are now rerouting back towards B, and Zaz is going to be here to try and cut off the rotations from CT.
Yeah, I think they know they've got two players stuck over here. Letty doesn't want to commit on this until they get the information. So Angelika, she's going to have to be the one that plays. Letty charges forward, Zaz ready for it, and if she wins this fight, that could be game over for Poland.
She doesn't even need to fight. That's the thing. It's really nice. She's just moved away. Angelika now knows that they're in the site. Hanka distracted, but finally overwhelmed Zaz.
That's the kit and the smoke recovered, but now Jenkin takes a forward position into market. Wants to lock off Hanka's rotation. Angelika then decides to set forward, see if she can find the space. Just seeing the ghosts of players right now looking for something, and it's going to be Hanka again. Stepping up here in the first round. Oh, it's all Hanka. Quad kill for it. She's been quiet this tournament, but loud in the first round.
That was really well played by both Angelika and Hanka in that moment. As soon as Hanka is waiting so patiently, she gets one whiff of the player at market door. Angelika steps in. The market door player goes back in to try and deal with Angelika, create a 2v1 with a player on site with a player at market door, and Hanka used that opportunity to go through window. They had no idea. That was expertly played by Hanka.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch for just the pistol round in general. Sweden go really slow, spread out, looking to find those picks, and they actually have a lot of success with it. Zaz does a good job of trying to claw that one back for Sweden. Unraveled by Hanka. They do invest into it. It's spooky when you don't have the X-ray.
There you go. Yeah, force spy back in. You're waiting to see if you can contact through on towards ramp here. Hanka's about to be squeezed from two different angles. Currently looking the right way, and head turns, kill collected. Is there a counter flashbang here? No, there isn't. Instead, there's one from Sweden, and Giuliano and Nia will get in.
What the hell? Round two ult from VQ. Fires off a shot, so keeps in a 3-on-3. More damage being done just from the spam through that short smoke. Giuliano does find space to plant. They're worried about CT, but that's not where the threat is. It's going to retake from middle.
Yeah, because of the ult purchase, actually, from Hanka, there isn't a kit. So this gets a little bit tricky now. Time the issue, but VQ's already clearing forward. Look at this around-the-world maneuver from Giuliano.
Yeah, just planted open. The smoke goes forward, though. Letty gets that first kill. If they get onto it, Giuliano's not going to arrive in time. Although it has to be the 10-second. So there is a chance. Zaz comes out, swings out, able to get that first kill. Where's Giuliano? There she is, but that's not the diffuser. The bomb's stuck. Giuliano, maybe a bit of a taste of her own medicine.
Oh, that's horrible. There was one bullet away from death. But no, get down is the call. She runs in front of her.
Great from Letty to be able to get that trade onto Zaz, and then the presence of mind, not to worry about ramp, but to worry about the middle flank based on where the bomb was planted.
It's because also, like, Giuliano was spamming, and she was tagging VQ, so Letty literally runs in front of the bullets. And where Giuliano gets the kill in the feed, she's like, okay, I've done enough. No, you haven't.
Great retake. No kit, a little scary, but reinvestment from Sweden, they're not going down without a fight.
I tell you what, even though Poland have won these rounds, Sweden are putting them through these paces. Like, these rounds aren't crystal clear at the moment from Poland. Sweden are making every round a challenge. Mid-control established, now a push back through in towards underpass. The bomb looking to be committed through ramp again. They've had a lot of success getting out A.
Yeah, Hanka's playing very passive right now. It's a bit more of a heavy lean towards B. VQ loud on that rotation. Zaz has definitely heard this, but she's going to be moving to ticket. They want to get more involved in this A defense.
It depends when this rotation is, right? Because Letty's right on the edge of this smoke. As soon as that dissipates, she's going to get all the info. No one is there at B.
Yeah, and then Angelica's a bit freed up to move around. Short's still a threat. They have no mid information. VQ's about to find out about ramp. Molotov goes over Hanker in position she found success in before. Zaz starts to activate on that lurk. Hanker's in an uncomfortable spot, goes up top. Thankfully, no one coming out the palace, so she has room to maneuver. Just tucks in. Sweden struggling to scale.
Look at Letty.
Might give them the space. Letty's in the back lines.
Yeah,
there's Hanka.
She keeps finding these kills. How does she keep getting away with it? Fortunately, there are trades. Hanka needs to be dealt with, and finally she is, but Letty's still not known.
Yeah, this is everything. They have no clue. She waits an extra couple of seconds and then just disengages. Nia needs to remove her. She does. Still a chance here. Angelica pushes out, and she's not ready for MSAN that close.
Well done. Well done from Sweden, because it looked like Poland were creating so much organized chaos. The fact that Letty delays, waits, she then moves herself, that's the known element. And then walking through that smoke, you think it's the round-winning play, but you're never expecting MSAN to come around the backside of triple.
And good stuff from Nia there, not to get too flustered. Knows she needs to chase down that player. MSAN's there to get the bomb. Nia just needs to remove Letty. They break the finances. Takes 3 goes. And now they're just going to keep it simple, straight into B, and no one is here. It's a triple setup in towards short and ladder. Boosted Deke. Any chance of finding something? A bit too late. This is a force buy too.
Yeah, and at that point, do you want to grab this AK here and then leave? Or do you want to maybe give it a go? You got VQ boosted, you see if she can find anything in the next sort of 10-15 seconds. If she can't, you just leave. And I think with the forward smoke, oh, that was a chance. And in fact, Letty is still able to get a 5-7 kill. Now you're interested in going for this.
What a crazy adjustment. Time's just not here though, that's the problem. There's not a kit in this force. That was the chance maybe, but they are already disengaging. That was just an exit kill being searched for.
This is the thing that I think Poland will do the best out of every single team that are here, is actually knowing when to call it quits.
So many teams just don't. We have seen some remarkable retakes just because we've seen so many retakes. So we get the saved AK. MP9 kept over. Sweden will be able to let's try and take the lead here. Shouldn't be a lot of resistance.
There shouldn't be, but you never know with Angelica. I think it would be a good call just to go for an execute here, and I think Sweden have recognised that. They're dropping the bomb off over towards ramp. Angelica's getting active in towards under. She will find no contact.
Yeah, the sooner they find this contact, like the lack of contact I should say, then there's maybe a chance, but Hanka gets removed on her expedition into Palace, so Sweden should just go now.
Yeah, Zaz has also dealt with the mid-lurk. You can walk out. There is no one home at all on A for Team Poland. Angelica can just, again, try and hold on to this AK. The pistols can go in to try and maybe scavenge some weaponry. Go deep. Maybe you can find Zaz.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind grabbing yourselves an AK here, but you might just lose this one if Angelica goes any further. BQT's Deagle. Angelica catches the timing to slip through. Letty poking and prodding. Just being a nuisance.
Oh. Yeah, she was trying to be a pain so they could go and get the other AK and then save, but Zaz is still there in middle, trying to do the damage. And Letty will enable VQ to get that kill. So 1 AK, it's better than none, but they wanted to.
Yeah. They leave the round with about as much as they brought into it, save that MP9, which they didn't want anyway. Sweden take a 1-round advantage. We'll get the Polish bye. Juliana gets the AWP uncontested. I'm really excited to see her on that today after such a phenomenal performance versus Kazakhstan. That was vintage Giuliano.
Yeah, really rolling back the years. And just being aggressive with it as well, which is something that surprised me. Like, she had so much confidence going into that. She was going toe-to-toe with Pocha, and more often than not, just winning out the fight. And there she is, instantly jumping up, nearly catching Letty, but the timing just eludes her.
I think they're aware. I think Angelica might have heard the scope in. Use a bit of utility just to be a nuisance. Letty, yeah, she's not going to overextend this. Denken gets the opener onto VQ though.
That's what works. Just trying to, again, just get these pockets of space. This time it comes from middle. And now the underpass play just works out. Angelica, that's a necessary trade. But they're still trying to converge on the position. Hanka walking through the smoke. A really good timing, but Nia is there again. The trades are on point for Sweden.
Yeah, there's too many players to deal with. That's the thing. And now it's these B rotators that are on their way. They know no one is home. Angelica slows down, hoping that Nia will overextend, but there's no need to move around that window. It's up to Letty to try and find some space. Msan is stuck behind the boxes. But the AWP's posted up on the cross, so getting past this is going to be so hard. Giuliano is just waiting for this peek. There it is. It's a wide swing over. They managed to force their way through, and now the smoke can go on the bomb. But again, it's a situation without a kit, and a HE blows it open, and Nia and Giuliano close.
Yeah, that's important. Even though Giuliano missed the shot, they still had that backup. They still had the grenade that can go on the position, and Nia can swing. That time, that defuse isn't under as much threat as it was previously. And as you said, limiting factor, not having the kit there, it makes it half as likely that it's ever going to come to fruition. 4 rounds, plays 2. VQ's got a hero AWP.
This is interesting. Is Angelica gonna... Okay, she's got just a deagle and armor. Yeah, you're not expecting the off.
No, not at all. But that accelerates you into
cool.
the stack. This is really nice.
I love it. Oh, Letty shoulder, shortly spotted. VQ gets another one. Letty will go down. But now you don't want to go to A. You're going to be more enticed into the stack. Nia alleviating the pressure. Giuliano removes Hanka. That should be the threat dealt with. VQ arrives. Can she do anything past the flames? They should know that she's already crossed. I think Nia is anticipating the walkthrough. VQ is a careful player though. Won't give up her life so easily. And she'd actually really like this open to the next round, so you don't think she'll take too many risks, but oh, that was the opportunity. Won't be given another one. In fact, it's Giuliano that scopes in on the angle.
Really fun idea of a round though, and it nearly works. Like the pistols were getting involved, they were doing the damage, but I want to come back to something that you said a few rounds ago when you were describing Nia and how calm she was. It feels like that's reflected and just echoed all throughout Team Sweden, because when that plan immediately gets scuppered, they know they still need to commit into this B bomb site. Giuliano keeps holding this really passive line and just has trust in their teammates that they can get the close ones.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing with this team makeup, as we talked about, like the triple anchor kind of role situation. Anchor players tend to have to be those more calm players, you know, because they have to deal with a lot happening at once.
This is worrying because you don't have an underpass player, so you don't know that there could be a smoke there. And suddenly, between Lena and Letty, oh, they're finding everyone in mid.
Yeah, trades favor Poland. But that's one of the B anchors spotted, so Zaz thinks maybe there's some space here. Angelica slides through, and she's found a good timing to get up close. Zaz will have to make the noise on the drop, and the timing was terrible. That's the B bomb site open. Maybe Letty can get something back. Ooh, little dink. HE won't catch Zaz, so bomb will go down, but they get past the window. So Giuliano won't get the chance to strike.
But Letty's creeping. Juliana's going to peek on the angle, miss shot again, and that gives the space, but she wants even more, and Zaz not yet revealed to be over at bench. So VQ, known entity about one, doesn't know about Zaz, and now Zaz is creeping forward, pistol out, kill collected. A 1v1 between the AWPers, time ticking down low. Look at Giuliano's reposition, swings wide with the pistol. That is something that VQ was not expecting.
Oh, Giuliano played that expertly in the 1v1. Doesn't overpeak against the AWP, catches that timing to reposition when VQ swings out. Outplayed. It is unlucky, that timing from Angelica, as she's repositioned so well, and it's just as she's starting to adjust to get close to Van that Zaz drops off.
Yeah, I mean, good timing from Zaz, though, for the fact that you see all the players, and you look at the kill feed, Angelica is involved in that fight in mid, which means that she's the short player, but also trying to serve as the apps player. You know that Letty's underpass as well, so you know that if you're dealing with a player, they have to come back in from short.
Okay, Sweden.
I've got to remind you, though, and everyone at home, that Sweden needs to win this map.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about it. Nuke is terrifying territory if you're up against Team Poland. Half fire with the pistols, they managed to get good space. Zaz, how many can she take down? Oh, plenty. Will be removed eventually, but taking two, more than enough. VQ has not really invested anything because she wants to prioritize that AWP. Gonna look to do some serious damage. Good kill from Hanka. Support will be here to come through. Nice shot from Jenkin. VQ's USP gets a frag. Giuliano's low, so she has to scamper away. Poland are going to throw themselves at this.
Not got a kit. But any damage is good damage.
Oh my god.
It's fine. It still should be okay. She needs to get on the bomb now, and the cross held by Giuliano. That's expensive, though. Again, you walk into that round with like no money, you come away from it with 4 kills. It's still a really good result.
I think it's that 25% mark when the 10-second timer hits. Is that right?
Maybe.
40 divided by...
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah.
4? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
VQ for the opening pick, doesn't get the timing shot. Giuliano will now get onto the angle, but it's a boost up into ladder. Back to Angelica that's been put up there. VQ wants to be close to A, and Hanka goes on a mission. Has support by her side. Emsan doesn't catch the timing.
Yeah, she was looking for it, but has now left. And now Hanka, decisions to make. Do you want to go all the way through and towards top mid, or you turn around and go Palace? It's going to be the former. And now they're all going to have their knives out. They're not going to be ready for this. Hanka can hear it.
Oh, Hanka's got a freebie here. And that's the bomb too. She's going to be a nuisance, but Emsan should come through, at least get that trade back. So it ends up being not so bad for Sweden, all things considered. That could be a lot worse.
They've still got good space in towards like top middle as well. Jenkin has been such a nuisance. Letty's now jumps. That would have been heard by Zaz. So you now know that one's on the balcony. Jenkin can look to lurk through middle on this timing. It's the player in ladder that's been boosted the entire time. What's the info here for Poland? I don't think they've got any. At least the stack's correct.
Yeah. I think they assume it's going to be B just based on Emsan being the only player over there. Good catch from Angelica. Now they know Letty is here, but actually, because they see the second player, they think maybe she's dropped back off. And now the counter utility forces Sweden backwards, but time. 20 seconds, they got nowhere to go.
Yeah, and also during all of that play as well, it's got to be noted that VQ pushed into Palace. She didn't hear anything. She could also have just waited the entire time if they did come back in towards A, so they were always looking to play retake. Awesome round out of Poland.
Comes off Hanka's info push. Sees nothing. Over towards A, Emsan revealed, but that's the lurk element, and you caught Giuliano running back to grab the bomb. No one else there, so seemed like B was the play. They hold their ground. Angelica, who was in ladder from the start, finally gets that kill that she was waiting for. Looking more punchy towards B this time. No one over on the A side, but the VQ Orb is here. Good molly. Are they going to be anticipating Nia is on this close angle? VQ is in a committed angle. She could be in trouble here, and she is. Run down. Msan and Nia jump out, and Angelica only good for one. Hanka would at least get, I think that was a lurk timing, but Msan has opened up B. Low HP. Oh, Jekin deletes Lena. It's on to Hanka. Reveals herself, and now all eyes are on her position. She runs through.
What?
Her Flame's gonna kill, and she overwhelms another. Hanka just needs to find Giuliano. Posted up backside, AWP in hand. Hanka should know that this threat lies here. Backpack spotted. Giuliano has the read. All comes down to the timing, and she reads it perfectly.
Yeah, well done by Giuliano. But I mean, Hanka, that was incredible. They knew exactly where you were. That smoke was also a little bit wayward, so you could see out the left-hand side of it. So she had to be in that smoke. And yet the molly gets a kill. They're not prepared for her to be so close.
Just runs at them.
That was nearly a disaster. I tell you what, it really is the experience shining through and getting them through the end rounds, and it's the new blood from Team Sweden that are getting the entries there in the first place.
Yeah, great to see Msan and Nia really delivering. Letty's getting aggro, and yeah, it doesn't work out for her. I can't believe Lena's the one that actually wins out her duel.
Yeah, with the MP90 connector. The issue is, though, you're giving up all this space. I'm looking back at ramp. Hanka really solid from this position. She's always been playing in towards Palace. This time she just walks into it.
You know, last round I think was won because of the molly change. Because that incendiary, if it was the old spread, would have flushed out Nia, and then VQ wouldn't have been so committed. This is interesting. Hanka doesn't like standing still. She has walked all the way through, so she will be on a reasonable flank timing, but they don't have a kit. They're already on B. Yeah, they're saving.
You can't. It's last round.
Oh, shit. They can't. Well, in that case, they're going to give it a go. Giuliano, though, posted up. We'll at least get a whiff of players. Hanka starts to move forward, but yeah, Nia was holding for it.
Yep.
Should be no way in. Giuliano locking the door. Keys thrown away. Sweden really coming through with the statement half.
Giuliano even with the wall bang right at the very end. I've been really impressed with Jenkin. I know that we've not seen her name sort of light up the kill feed so much, but her space taking on this T side has been unbelievable. The whole reason why Nia is holding ramp there is because Jenkin's already pushed in towards jungle. She can't hear anything rotating back in towards CT. So it's like, heads up. We haven't cleared Palace. There could be a flank on the way. And there was. I didn't expect this to be so one-sided, especially on CT side for Poland, kicking things off here on Mirage.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked. They've really started cold today. See if their T side has anything to offer. Seeding with more than enough rounds to feel like they can take their pick, but Poland's got some bite to them. It's a fake committal. But Sweden aren't biting, even though they saw the bomb.
Look at this push top mid as well. Zaz has just walked top mid, seen these players, and now he's going to fall back. That's a lot of info, because if you see one top mid, you expect one under.
Yeah, she's holding for it, but it doesn't matter. It's Lady that wins out that fight. Jenkin holding for this walk into connector, but short pressure coming at her fast. Hanka charging through, but Jenkin holds her ground. Tough customers to deal with, but she is cold and cool. Angelica doesn't find a thing. An opening kill goes the way of Poland. And it's Letty, the one that found that frag, that needs to somehow find 4 more, and that seems incredibly unlikely.
again, it's this trust. The fact that Nia knows that she will hold short, so she has to permanently just be looking at B abs. And then that's just an easy bait and switch. Juliana taking contact at the window and then the swing at the door.
Yeah, Nia really, who I felt that even in that win over Kazakhstan wasn't, you know, having too many massive moments. She's definitely been delivering here on both sides. Huge round from her, but Jenkin in particular, I can't believe she gets both those kills. When Hanka's just charging you down like that with a Glock, you kind of expect Hanka just to kill like everyone on site instantly. She has that sort of effect when it comes to pistol rounds. Full eco, Sweden, ready to get 11.
Oh, that nade did so much damage. Oh my goodness me. And then Zaz just follows up with even more. Giuliano on the close angle. Yeah, this is absolutely 11.
Tactical team kill to prevent MP9 fragging. All right, Poland. We know what you're capable of. This is the time to show it. We know that Nuke is going to be incredibly strong for them, but if you go into that map getting wiped out on Mirage of all maps, that's not going to fill you with confidence.
That's also Sweden starting CT side with like 3 anchor players as well. So it'll be an interesting conversation. But you're right, I feel like this needs to become a lot more competitive.
Push up top mid, Sweden. They really want to find Hanko, who was brought down low earlier, but easier said than done. Felt like it was a freebie, just charging her down, but nothing is free. Except Giuliano's frags, it would seem. Surely Hank is dead. Yeah, it's the HE that finally finds that kill. Oh, Jenkins definitely spotted ahead there. She'll be ready for this walkout. Letty gonna go straight into her crosshairs. Bomb dropped over. No instant response. Giuliano's rotated. This is incredibly flat. This is not the Poland we have come to expect. They're getting dismantled.
Yeah, they are. And Giuliano, again, Giuliano is 19-4 right now, and she is doing everything, even in that first gun round. Takes the fight in towards top middle, resets, takes the next point of contact after Jenkin over towards B. She is everywhere, and Poland are nowhere. Look at this. You're fighting to look competitive, and you've got 4 MAC-10s and a Galil. It doesn't get any easier.
Yeah, it's just going to have to be fast speed. That's going to have to be the play. They're setting up for it. Molotov goes deep. Now, the good news is it's a heavy A commitment from Sweden, so Poland should be able to get into this bomb site. Nia, run down. That's the opening kill. It's an M4 to be collected, and site completely in Poland's control.
Yeah, but there's so much utility, and there's kits here for Team Sweden. They need to get a move on, though. If they even want to give this a go. Do you want to upgrade the MAC-10s? That's now the next question.
Giuliano, do you want to give them an AWP early?
That's the thing. I wonder if actually the right call here is just to save and be like, okay, well, they brought MAC-10s into this. Their buy's going to be quite weak. You could go for exits.
Yeah, they decide disengage. Jenkin will charge through, and yeah, they're just locking them out, making the economy weak. Joker forces her way forward, and Giuliano actually misses the mark, so they will be able to get some players through. Again, it is 1 MAC-10 kept over. Money isn't great.
Yeah, clever macro. You don't need to go completely all in there, and I think that decision was made when I think Jenkin and MSAM were about to go through COD, and then they just stopped. So many rounds to play with, so many chances to try and win. Of course, it is just one mistake, and that's it for Poland, so they can always just keep upgrading themselves. They've got Galils now alongside some AKs.
Yeah, slight upgrade on the previous rounds, but he's still contesting with Giuliano's AWP. You got lucky that round. You went into a B site defended by 1 player. Won't all be so free.
Big control looking to be established at the same time. You keep your eye on Lena. She's only got a MAC-10. A ramp is the issue. Her timing would have to be perfect. At least mid is garnered. for Sweden. They're looking to focus a lot more. I was going to say on the extremities, but they're starting to push these smokes. That they're getting ready for Team Poland to walk through Con.
That sort of blow on it reveals a lot of players. Lena catches that push, but Zaz, she's walked through. They're not aware. Into the smoke she goes, and Giuliano dispatches of Hanka. Again, it's the experienced players that are catching Poland off guard. Lena's trying to serve up a distraction to allow Viku to activate, but there is nothing to be said for Poland. It's a quick dismissal of map 1 by Sweden.
Yeah, and that is, to be honest, one of the last things you expected. You expect Sweden to be competitive on their map pick, but a blowout against Team Poland is certainly not the outcome I certainly anticipated. I think it was really cool. You got this dynamic of the new blood finding the opening kills and Giuliano and Zaz carrying them through over the line. They were unplayable in moments on Mirage, and for Team Poland, they've now got to reset and pretend like that map never happened.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I didn't expect such a one-sided affair. Sweden were just firmly in control. Poland looked like a ghost of what we expect from that team, considering they run through the group stage, considering who this roster is. I'm in shock.
Yeah, I am as well. It's almost like they just didn't get going, and now I guess again that the reset conversation will be Nuke is on the horizon. Let's pretend like that's map 1, and we just go from there, because Mirage, the sooner you forget about it, the better. Isn't that right, Alan?
Yes, sir, Brandon. Poland are indeed mortal. They drop Mirage in quite a fashion. It was Sweden's pick, but I don't think we expected that. Sweden looked like a team possessed. Giuliano, she's here to win the damn tournament. I mean, it's as simple as that. She is playing lights out Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and she's doing it all. It's not necessarily just passive opping. It's not padding stats or anything. She's in there, face first, op right in there, you know, into the mouth of the Polish players. Like, it's insane actually. Like how much she's getting done, how much impact she's having. As an opper, like again, and I know that might sound silly because we expect oppers to have a lot of impact, but it's the way she's doing it, because she's opening things up for her teams as well. Like she's not just like hanging back and waiting for others to do it. And on the very, very few occasions where she doesn't get something positive happening for her team, you have Zaz just being incredibly aggressive and actually finding openings as well. They abused that B-bomb site so heavily, time and time again throughout their T side. It was starting to get awkward to watch at one point because they just had their way with them.
Do you remember when Poland won the pistol and they were 2-0 up? Does anyone remember that? Like, no. that makes it crazier. The amount of gun rounds in a row that Sweden win. And yeah, Giuliano might just be the best player at the tournament right now. I think there's absolutely that statement to be made. On current form, she is incredible. We're expecting her versus Viku to be like a really interesting matchup, but Viku wasn't even able to get the AWP as much as she would have wanted because of just how badly that economy was getting beaten down. And Giuliano just really smart in a lot of these clutch round scenarios, always positioning herself right. But as you pointed out, Zaz deserves a ton of credit just for the amount of chaos she causes and the amount of problems she causes the opponents, always getting into advanced positions. And it just feels like she's a black hole just sucking the entire enemy team in towards her. So much attention is put on Zaz, and there's so much done in the initial round, and that's why Giuliano's allowed to get into some of those clutch rounds.
I think you pointed it out. Like, we were getting towards the end of the first half, and the one person who had died the most on the entire server, and this is when Sweden is up something like 8-3 or something, it's Zaz. Because he's just been running in, just finding multi-kills, etc., and then dying, but obviously creating a massive amount of space for her team at every occasion. So Sweden had found something that works for them really well on Mirage. Obviously going to be a tad more difficult to do so on Nuke, I think, but got to give credit to them. They outplayed Poland on that first map.
Yeah, and I like the approach, especially because I do feel like for a lot of these teams, and not necessarily for Poland as much as other teams, but for a lot of them, you kind of have the clear standout players, and then oftentimes some of the weaker players will be anchoring bomb sites. And it does feel like the difference between the top players and the level below can be quite big. So if you can find that weakness of an anchor and say, okay, let's look into this, let's actually watch back the game, see if there's anything to exploit there, that's something you can go for. And just the amount of rounds Zaz would, you know, walk up B and try and look for fights, walk through mid and just try and cut off rotates. It was really solid. And yeah, of course, I mean, there's only so many times we can sing Giuliano's praises, but like, so good.
She's been incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we hold Poland in this tournament, I think, to a higher standard than I think a lot of the other teams. They, of course, have such a strong core from Na'Vi Javelins. And because of that, we expect them to be the best team here in the mid-round, in the late round, best communication, best reactions, best protocols. Sweden outplayed them here in those situations. Juliana and Zaz, as a duo, played phenomenally late round, and Poland weren't up to snuff. They were making mistakes that we didn't expect them to make. Is there any reason I should be concerned for them now?
Again, I think it's going to be quite a different scenario entirely. Obviously, going into Nuke, such a technical map to play. I think this is where you're going to see all of Poland's strengths kind of shine in many ways. Obviously, it's still going to be an issue to deal with the form that Giuliano and Saz has right now, but I think they're going to be more capable of doing so. Again, Mirage allows you to get a lot of momentum, it allows you to run around. That's going to be a little bit more difficult to actually accomplish on Nuke, especially on both CT and CT side. It's just a more difficult map to play altogether. But I will say, again, like even though we're singing the praises of Giuliano and Saz a lot, and deservedly so on the side of Sweden, we did see, again, like more impact from their teammates as well. Like Nia started both halves really, really well for Sweden, you know, allowing them to get off to good and comfortable starts. That's huge, right? And you also saw like impact, I think Brandon mentioned it during the broadcast as well, Jenkin, even if she isn't getting necessarily opening picks or something, she's creating space by taking up aggressive positions that Poland, you know, kind of need to keep honest about. You know, they can't necessarily just let areas go because Jenkin is in deep in Palace or actually creating chaos that they need to actually attend to. So much better showing from Sweden from start to finish here on Mirage. I'd say probably their best map of the tournament so far. And yeah, they just got to bring the same kind of mentality and the same kind of pace, if possible, into Nuke as well.
Yeah, I think the only slight concern I would maybe have for Team Poland is we're behind the teams here, so we can hear them between maps and everything. And like previously, France, when they lost a map and got blown out, you saw a couple of them really try and like the team on and say, okay, guys, let's just put that behind us. Kind of looks a little dejected from Poland as they walked out there, just a little more than I would want. They've got their coach with them. I think hopefully he's going to be able to just get them all right back in the right mindset, because if you want the polar opposite to Mirage, Nuke is kind of that. So that's how you phrase it and say, hey, listen, Giuliano's not going to be able to do this against us on Nuke. We're the better team. We've got the better team play. That's what you've got to go into it saying. And the one positive, Hanka showed up. Hanka was good on this map. We hadn't seen her so far in this event. As long as the other girls show up too, which they have been so far this tournament, they should still think they're fine.
A big wake-up call then for Poland on Mirage. Next up is Nuke. Tournament lives on the line. Don't go anywhere.
bloody hell. Didn't expect that, did we? Team Sweden take map 1 in dominant fashion. Now we go to Nuke, we go to Team Poland's home turf. Imagine, Lucy, there's a world in which Sweden could do this in 2.
I don't think we live in that world. I'm going to be honest with you. As great as Sweden looked on map 1, this is Nuke. This is Na'Vi Javelins of old home turf. Yes, the new Na'Vi Javelins doesn't play, but that doesn't matter. We've got the old Na'Vi Javelins on the stage.
Yeah.
Nuke is where they made their home. They had an undefeated streak on that map until one unfortunate incident at an ESL Impact Finals that we won't think too much about.
Let's not talk about it.
Other than that, it was their home territory. They dominated on this map, and coming into this event, they know it's their secret weapon. They can it's not even secret. They know it's their weapon they can rely on, because no team here, I think, can handle them on Nuke.
Yeah, I mean, my God, they got to rely on it, right? Because otherwise, Team Sweden will be pulling off a ridiculous upset. I mean, that was incredibly dominant. The desk, I think, summed it up perfectly. Team Sweden were really punishing mistakes. I think Zaz was really brilliant in those moments. Jenkin was taking a lot of space, and on Nuke, it's going to be a lot more difficult to try and do that, especially against a Na'Vi Javelins team that is so well rehearsed on this.
Yeah, I think one thing I will say is that I did feel that Hanka was getting caught a little bit outside on that T side, so that's potentially an area of weakness if Sweden want to put a lot of pressure on outside and take that fight to them, which they were more than happy to do on Mirage. So we'll see how this eventuates. Poland on the T side, of course. Can you imagine Vicky will go for a little investigation with her pistol outers. That's normally how this plays out.
Jenkins heard that drop down.
Yeah, she knows what's up.
So Giuliano's holding and has been dinked immediately. Needs to fall back, give away the control. Team Poland. Hanka, while she's scaling over here, they're getting down secret.
Yeah, good rotation from Emsan, though, to just swing through and fall off to be able to catch that. Giuliano! That's a huge kill into Lena. I felt like she was good for that one for sure. And they might just go back up the vent, but even that's not safe.
Yeah, Nia's been here the whole time. It hasn't moved a muscle. And I don't think you're going to anticipate this. If you're Team Poland, Nia now reveals herself. Players coming in from heaven, but Angelka's dealt with them. Jen can trade in, but it's Angelka and Viku to open up A.
Yeah, big round from Angelka, bailing them out. They're expecting Giuliano to push. They don't go for the bomb plant yet, but Giuliano's just crept through. Silent and deadly. Leaves it onto Viku. I don't think they know she's right here. She wasn't spotted. So she actually has a huge amount of space. And I think she knows that she's got this opportunity, but that was the chance. Giuliano falls back, and I don't know if she knows that Viku knows. There's a lot of layers of knowledge here. Emsan peeks out, and Viku takes her head straight off. A tap on the bomb. Giuliano doesn't budge. Viku might just clear this, and if she gets the space, yeah, door shut, she says immediately, I can go.
Yeah, really well played from Viku. She can leave Giuliano. When's this timing going to come in? Immediately straight down the vent. She's hot on her heels.
Very fast. Smoke and kit available. Now, she doesn't have the HP. That's the big issue. But Viku, okay, door shut in her face. Going to come down to the timing here. Viku adjusts. A huge clutch for Viku to get the pistol.
She played that so well. Even just not shooting at Giuliano in towards Hut, knows where both of these players are and just waits for her opportunity to strike. And then the jiggle in towards door, doesn't see it. Has to be in towards Hut, takes the space back and then goes down the vent. That was expertly done, and I'll be honest, that is exactly what Team Poland needs.
Yeah, especially after it started to fall apart at the start, right? Hanka gets the gush, but then Emsan's rotation, great. They even catch Lena on that lurk and ramp, and entering into the site, it's messy. Jenkin rotates fast, she gets a kill, but Angelka and Viku both find theirs. We saw in the clutch how it finished. This is always a fun stack, one of my favorites to do. If they go ramp, it won't matter.
True. Ignored and run over is Giuliano.
Oh, Hanka went through heaven.
Okay.
Oh, well, now you know. These last two players, completely known.
It's interesting that she actually just shows off that she is heaven at that point.
That's 2 rounds in a row that she's just scaled incredibly quickly to that kind of heaven area.
Yeah, setting that positioning and conditioning immediately. Angelka's here now as well.
Yeah, I don't lose this AK though. That would suck. I don't think she will. They're really wanting to preserve this Galil. Oh, she might. Emsan's right below you. Ah!
That's okay.
They gave them an AK. Got 2 Mac 10s. Oh my god, you're losing everything.
Oh my god. Nia is just giggling at them.
That was pure maniac.
Oh, that nade did 1 damage. Okay, that one's better.
Now who's laughing?
Definitely not Sweden.
Well, actually, Lena didn't get the rifle, so Sweden probably are laughing. That was incredibly costly. They lost to Khalil, they lost an AK, a Mac-10.
Juliana's got the AWP out immediately, by the way, before we cut away to the shot of the players. Juliana's got an AWP.
That was such an ugly laugh. I mean that in like the nice way, you know what I mean? It's one of those ones that's just like pure like
Like a dirty laugh.
like yeah, exactly. Like you just let it out.
So glass cannon AWP for Giuliano. Wait, what's she going to do with it? That's the next question. Everyone else has got a rifle. You're right, it was incredibly costly. A couple of Mac-10s here for Team Poland. An APOP would actually be a really good remedy here.
Yeah, this would be a great call. And Jelka's got a forward spawn too. Yeah, it feels like this might be the play. We'll see. A few options with the speed. This walks close. They wait for this first barrage of util. Giuliano in heaven, but again, no. In fact, she drops down the ladder. A reload for Zaz. She's going to be fully blinded, but Jenkin providing support. The smoke comes late. Lena will get that frag. Zaz able to drop another. No scope from Giuliano from the top side. Unreasonable. Hanka goes down the vent, but she doesn't have the bomb.
What a hold from Zaz.
Oh, they know. Do they know? Feels like they know.
I don't know, but at the same time, you're covering all bases here. Hanka goes ramp. This will be a timing that
Did
Team
she break
Sweden...
the window? No? Is it already broken?
I don't know. But this will be a timing that they should be aware of.
Yeah. With their setup, you think that she should be able to catch Emsan should catch her. This is literally exactly what she told you before. She must have broke the glass. I can't think of any other reason why you go for the setup. So dealt with. First gun round goes Sweden.
But also, Hanka's been going outside to heaven like every round as well.
That's true.
Finally, deadlock broken. Right idea, I think, for Team Poland, but the fact that everyone gets a kill for Sweden, it's enough.
Giuliano's no-scope is unreasonable. I think that's the big difference, I get to be honest. Because that would have been left out to dry if Giuliano doesn't chime in there. She had no armor and she swings over to go for the no-scope. Now she's posted up on ramp. Only for a moment though, doesn't see anything fast, but I think with these outside smokes, yeah, she wants to keep an eye on this. She's actually going to go down to B. So Poland are throwing a lot of utility to feign different approaches, but they gather in lobby. You did get Hanka down though, and yeah, catch yourself near on the rotation.
Does this free up ramp? It looks like it. Emsan's backed off, but you have got this crossfire between Emsan and Giuliano. Flashbang is brilliant from Zaz to set up the ramp hold.
Yeah, this is now really weird. If Angelka gets Zaz, there's maybe a way in. Oh, but Hanka fell. Hanka getting caught is going to be very costly. Angelka has a free bomb site, believe it or not. So at least she'll be able to get this bomb plant down. She knows 2 players were on ramp and 1 killed her teammate, so she has that room. The 1 versus 3 doesn't deploy her smoke. Instead, wants to fight forward. Oh my god, that was fast onto Giuliano. And now a real chance. Ahead of the molly, can't quite convert onto Jenkin. Sorry, Emsan, it's Jenkin that comes through. Nice try from Angelka, but it's Sweden that equalize.
Yeah, really cool. Just again from Emsan and Jenkin. Emsan going first, creating all of that noise. That natural rotation is going to be heaven. You're not going to be ready for the fast A main timing. So Jenkin just steps in. There's always a togetherness for Team Sweden after Giuliano goes for that hero play through ramp. But again, that gets costly. It's not one of these rounds that shouldn't really fall out of favor for Sweden. It doesn't in a way, but it does, because now Nia's back on an MP9. Muddy wearing Finn. But that was the force out of Poland. This one's just an eco.
Yeah, and while we're on the eco, Brandon, there was another game going on at the same time. Yeah, right? You obviously have this one. USA-Spain, right? That was the other quarterfinal.
Oh.
Brandon, that game's done.
What?
2-0. 13-6 map 1, 13-3 map 2. USA progress.
Oh my Really?
Mads 36 and 16,
Okay.
Emmy 37 and 20.
Wow. That game's done.
That game is done. 9 rounds for Spain across 2 maps. This one might not be done either, though. Letty and Angelica, well, Angelica making a compelling case. Low HP on Emsan. This is the eco, and they've made something with it. The space is down secret. They revealed themselves in main, so it is a possibility.
I mean, News push lobby, like there should be a ramp rotate here. Emsan's just incredibly low. Honestly, that's the way in here for Poland. It is when Emsan rotates down the ramp, she needs to be on her own. Zaz should be going with her at the very least.
Should be able to get a bomb plant here. Yeah, Letty's going to get this down. Angelica can play back. Letty's in a tough spot. You don't envy her. And oh, she gets away. That's huge. They keep the door open, so Angelica has this nice line to fight through. Letty starts to move around to hold off vent, but it's everyone from ramp, and it's Angelica with another frag. She's been doing everything right now. Shuts the door. Now Letty on this rotation in a beautiful position for the flank. Comes down to the 1v1. Can Angelica close? Zaz is sticking. Angelica fights her. The final bullet. Poland deliver the Yuko, and Angelica gets loud.
Yeah, I imagine she's saying, yeah, try and defuse on us. It's not happening. How does that get so out of hand? I've really got to just question it, because Nia's pushed lobby at that point. Emsan's low, so can't rotate down the ramp by herself, but...
That's Angelica, baby. That's vintage Angelica. We've not seen it so much out of her this year. But maybe there's something magic about being back with the full 5 from days of old that has reignited her. The land demon herself. Zaz full blinded. That could have got scary.
What a round to win, because it was their money on the brink, and this time it's Sweden's. A full eco has to come in, and Letty and Lena are just cleaning up. Giuliano on the edge of the smoke, dealt with. No kills, no casualties for Team Poland.
Yeah, now if you're not familiar with this Polish lineup, which honestly you probably are if you're watching this, but Angelica on LAN is just a player that brings so much energy. When she's having a good game, she is just absolute fire. You'll see her screaming, yelling at the top of her lungs, just hyping up her teammate. 'Cause this is a very composed, cool, collected team. One that doesn't often show a lot of, I guess, energy necessarily, but Angelica delivers it in spades.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I think that was actually one of the criticisms of old Na'Vi, where they only had Angelica sort of being the fire starter. I'll hold that thought for a second, because Emsan will only go 1-for-1. Everyone is outpouring into ramp. Giuliano can't get involved with this AWP. So Team Poland make it down B. Jenkin, quickest rotation here, but she's on her own down secret.
Yeah, she's charging through though. She's going to get here at the right time, but Poland aren't committing. They drop a smoke down single. Jenkin won't overextend, so she'll be in the dark as to what the play is. And it's because Hanker has got all of this space. Look at this push through ramp. The rest of Sweden, 3 players push through ramp. This is going to be weird. The timing, it's funky. Will Giuliano shine? She finds that first kill, looking for the second flick, doesn't quite connect, but she's still alive. And it's Zaz that comes through. Hanka, who got all of that space, now has to pick it back up. Giuliano goes down. Hanka can't convert the transfer.
Yeah, I think that one is comms, because Hanka's got all the space. I think they want to come back up and go heaven, but Hanka should be trying to help out there. That's an unfortunate round for Poland, because it felt like they had everything and then they had nothing.
Yeah, you never expect 3 players to push through lobby there. I think Hanka was like, where's Giuliano gone? Because you last saw her not even that long ago, like about 20 seconds ago, fire off an AWP shot from hell. Hanka feels like with this space, she wants to find that player, right? But she'd already long gone.
Spam does a lot of damage onto Lena. Look, Team Poland are making this T-side competitive, but Sweden are hanging on in there. blow for blow. It feels like every round is such a challenge for both of these teams. Diagonal smokes deployed across close to them. Lena, with low HP, is just holding for a lobby push, which has been pretty common.
A lot of utility thrown outside to deal with this cross. But they still get down successfully. Note that this Emsan just has a USP. And she's the defender here. Well, Flash is good, but Angelica dodges it, but she's loud about it, so Jenkins should have the comms that a player is in dark.
How's she only on a USP? They won the round.
I'm not sure, actually.
Oh, this could be a disaster. She gets away.
Yeah, but the space is now given onto this bomb site. And what can she do to stop?
Oh, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Or maybe, oh, she could nearly get a kill.
If she had anything, any gun at all, that's a kill. Now, Angelica's been caught, right, on this lurk, but that means Lena has the space. You're not anticipating another player here.
No.
And this low HP, she might be able to catch up Giuliano. In fact, it should be guaranteed. Oh, yeah, she spotted it, right? Absolutely. By Giuliano.
And then Viku's holding for secret. And like, get out. Please get out of there.
That was so funny.
I do not want to fight Viku down in secret. Lena caught off. So that's an AK that can be upgraded. But yeah, that's puzzling.
What happened there? Because if Emsan has anything, an MP9, a 5.7, a Deagle, a P250, it's at least a kill, which likely changes the outcome of the round. Or at least gives a good shot for Sweden. Probably changes Viku's post-plant position. She's not deep secret because she needs to be closer to sight.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah, it's speculation, but it's curious.
Point is, she should have had a gun.
Yeah.
Now they've got to equalize out their money a bit more. She has got an upgrade in this one, but it's only a Deagle. Zaz, Jenkin on the AKs.
That's Nia that has the USP armor. What's going on?
I don't know, but she's pushing to her death. Poland interested in taking ramp again. It feels like all the funky fights of this map are coming through ramp. Lena still holding. Her job always remains the same. Check for a lobby push and make sure that Zaz can't kill us in the back.
Yeah, you feel like Zaz is going to try and find a timing to push this. A lot of Poland's game plan at the moment hinges on what Hanka finds outside, and then they respond to that. As Molotov is going to force Zaz into one of two ways, and it's forward. So 1 for 1, but that is one of your 2 rifles.
Emsan's got a really good time in here, though. Not checked back. VQ misses the shot, and so does Emsan. And then the rifle's tried to be baited in, and it has from Nia. She recovers Zaz's. So Nia and Emsan have still got AKs, but Hanka's got all the space outside again.
Emsan's going to drop down, which is where the bomb is being planted, but can't deny it, and she's got no armor, and she's the only one left. Good kill, Naviku. She knows Hanka was close by. Looking for that headshot, but Hanka just crawls past.
Yeah, well recovered. And again, it's a classic case of Poland not panicking. You said, look, this round hinges on what Hanka can find. It wasn't actually in the early round, it was more in the mid round. And creating chaos is what Nia and Emsan do best. Good timings there to walk in towards both hut and lobby. They've re-crunched on the position. Unfortunately for them, it's just not enough. Team Poland, they create, for the first time in this series, a bit of breathing room.
Smokes outside again. Hanka and Angelica, spearhead of this team, move forward with a bit of pace as well. Seeing if anyone's up to tricks. Sweden holding back. Lots of shadow spotted. I don't know if you see that shadow if you anticipate 2 players so active. Zaz is looking for Hanka, who has just paused, anticipating that Zaz might push around this corner. It's a game of chicken in secret. I feel like Zaz will push at some point.
It's almost like they took a map to realise, like, oh yeah, this is what Zaz will do. Like, she got away with it so much on Mirage, and this time Team Poland are just holding for it at every turn. Hanka will go round the corner. That is a insane pre-fire.
That's gonna do a thing. What an off angle she was on too. Like, you can't even react.
And now it's just going to be a main crunch. Jenka mollied out from CT vent. The swing at Heaven will come in. And I tell you what, Jenka gets one before she falls, and Nia's still at the backside.
Yeah, that's impressive, to be honest. Giuliano's found another bomb being planted. Will go down. But it's only Hanka. It's tap on the bomb, not the commitment. Through the top, first kill is hers. Bomb not being stuck just yet. But Hanka can't quite convert onto Emsan. That one's messy. I don't think they were anticipating so many players on A.
No, Jenkin did really well to get one kill, but Giuliano just consistently swinging in from Heaven, making it feel like she's the only one there. Did a really good job at baiting. And again, it's Hanka consistently trying to find this space over at Heaven. As soon as you get these kills, you can assume you press tab. It's like, okay, I can jump on the bomb because we know exactly where she's coming from.
To be fair, she was secret before, right? Like, she got there very quickly. Would have been great if any of her other teammates had lived.
They didn't. A little bit of a missed incendiary there, which doesn't help because Poland are going ramp.
Emsan needs to be careful. Leg shot, Giuliano removes Lina, so orbs fire off, but only one finds the kill. And Emsan actually still gets another frag. Will be run down by Angelka. Hanka, so quick down here, unanticipated. First kill is converted, can't get the second. Giuliano on low HP, allowed to live. She looks to flash out, decides not to open that door, bomb goes down.
Yeah, I've got a quick rotate with Jenkin in towards ramp. Where's Nia in all of this? She's also coming ramp. Viku, Glock out, walking behind Giuliano. She didn't see her. So single doors now cleared.
You should know what Giuliano's got to. She can only
Has
be double.
to be double.
Yeah, Angelka's just holding it. She knows what's coming. Viku now gets a nice line where she can catch up these players from the ramp. Beautifully handled by Viku and Angelka.
Yeah, they had no idea. The thing is that information went one way only. And that was, well, Giuliano can get to double door. That means that I can hold from single and they will have no idea. And they just walk straight into her crosshair. All Angelka needs to do is just live at the back of sight. And she does exactly that.
So lucky for Viku that she's able to catch that timing. But good comms and really nice round put together. Hanka got down outside so quickly.
Yeah. Outside has just been a consistent gap, like all throughout this first half.
They're just not fighting it, and it's crazy because this is exactly what Hanka, has done against every team. I was shocked that at no round Sweden decided to fight this.
No, they just keep going for lobby. And to be fair, they've got it again. But hey, guess what? That's because Team Poland are outside. MP9 will be removing Lina. But Hanka now knows she's got the space. Look, she's at Heaven again.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
That's the bomb. But it fell down the stairs, so they can recover it quite quickly.
I think they go back up here. Do they, actually? Oh, I'm worried. Letty's going to catch up this rotation. She can be in the back lines now, so maybe it's not so bad, especially with Angelka finding that. Giuliano does get a kill, so it is still the advantage for Sweden, at least in the player count. Emsan close to the doors. Opens it goes inwards. Hanka on the edge.
Oh, look at the timing. Look at Angelka. She walked all the way around behind her.
Emsan got the hole in the smoke, but yeah, just buying time. Giuliano comes through now. You know exactly where Angelka was. Incendiary in her hands, jumps to throw it forward. Forces them off the
no
bomb.
kit.
Oh, that's huge. Time.
It's gone.
25 seconds. I don't think they've got it. Angelka will go down, but the time, we'll see how accurate that percentage is. But I think this is Poland.
Yep, they got it. It's good that our theory's right. Yeah, but they needed to get on it. No kit, the molly was everything from Angelka. She wins that round single-handedly for Team Poland, and they've given themselves a fighting chance back in this series.
She threw it earlier than she wanted to, too.
But she's getting spammed.
Yeah, she was holding on to it, but then when the spam comes, she's like, all right, I'm just going to throw it and hope they don't hit the kit.
They didn't. Poland get 8. 8 T-side rounds. I still think Dust 2 is anyone's game if we get there.
Yeah. That's certainly true. VQ pushing, not expecting Nia at that angle. Now it's Letty's turn with the dual Berettas. Here's them running towards ramp. That'll be comped over, but they're already running down. Angelica holds her ground. Good kill for the first, but they're charging her, and she will eventually be removed.
Quick rotates though, that's the thing. One in single, one walking over towards double. Lena opens the door and expects them. They were even layered to deal with her, and then here comes the double swing. Important kill needed for Hanka because there's a player coming down the vent. Not sure how she's still alive, but Zaz has removed Lena, so Hanka's in a 1v3, gets the first. Bomber's only just gone down, but Jenkin provides cover.
Yeah, Hanka needed to get one of those first kills, and then there was definitely a chance in that round. Nice kill at the end, and good try from Lena, but VQ's push punished, and then the fast response to go down ramp is the correct call.
Yeah. It's so smart, they just go. They're not scared of Angelica. They think, okay, well, if she's the only one here, we can just isolate you.
She's got to be the only one there, right? Because she just killed VQ.
Yeah.
This is fun. Sitting on the edge of the main smoke. If someone jumps over, you've got a good chance of catching them, but you can also kind of play as they go on the cross. There's that drop. Pistol swing out. Hanka gets a double kill. Not a bad collection, and on the reload, no, it's Zaz's pistol that comes out ahead.
Yeah, fine. A couple of casualties, not the end of the world. Zaz is the one that's able to recover, which, to be honest, I think is actually really important for Zaz at this juncture, because the desk was saying how influential she was on Mirage. It was really absent, to be honest, in this first half of Nuke. So to get these kills, to feel like she is still involved in the game, it's actually a big thing, psychologically.
Hanka's going to be a lot more aggressive outside in the CT side than anything Sweden put up.
Oh yeah, like she'll be like at red box more rounds than
However,
not.
they've gotten over very quickly, and she didn't actually spot that, so the cross successful. There's no further delaying utility, but this will have to be calmed over.
Yeah, where's your rotate?
Lena goes down.
Yeah, okay, good. So it is a gap that has been noted.
I don't know if they can anticipate this many players down, though. This is almost the entire team.
That's true. But Lena's in a good position where she potentially can take one and live for a little bit. She also sees this smoke, a nade combo, so she knows that VQ needs to come over. Oh my gosh, she gets deleted.
That's really nice. Giuliano up on the railing. Hanka, though, good kill. VQ as well, playing around the smoke removes Nia, puts an advantage for Poland. And what? VQ just spams out Giuliano through the edge of the smoke. Jenkins will try and get the kill back, but now there's so many players for Poland on the other side.
They're all ramp.
Every single one is there. Jenkins getting the info, so maybe a chance to plant at least for Zaz. Will be going down. But a 2v4, a Flash and a HE, what Sweden have to work with. They need the multi-kills, and they need them now. They're going to get flooded, and there's just no chance to fight back.
They're all ramp. Yeah, and that was another example of Team Sweden, I think, making the right decision. I think they wanted to go through their own ramp utility to fight VQ, to take that space and then reset. Zaz could have planted forward, and that would have been a really good post-plant. But VQ spams, gets rid of Giuliano on that right-hand side by the control room. And then suddenly, oh, hello, there's the whole squad in ramp.
That's a good round from VQ, who, frankly, has had a very quiet series so far, to be honest. Considering the map scene played, I feel like we've not seen her really having the same impact that Giuliano has, but I anticipate on this CT side we'll get the chance to. Not necessarily with the AWP this round, but you bet your bottom dollar will come out. Oh, the cross, Giuliano, a little bit of a whiff, and Hanka, she doesn't miss many.
No, she doesn't. Takes two immediately, knows that there could be another player. Meanwhile, VQ has reset back in towards ramp, and now she's here with Lena. So all bases covered when it comes to extremities.
So happy to see Hanka really back into the form we expect from her. has taken Nuke as her own. A big part of why Poland have this lead. Reset to ramp. A re-smoke makes this really painful though. It's just going to change the plans, in fact.
Yeah, this is really difficult because you haven't got any control. Like, Hanka shut you down outside, you want to go ramp, and now that's been smoked. It means the only space you've got is in towards lobby, which means you need to go towards A. Another crossfire's already been formed. Flashbang forward so that Angelica can swing. It's actually Jenkin that gets the kill, and M-Sam follows up on Letty.
That's really nice. They were so focused on door that there was that gap out towards Hut. So bomb will go down. VQ look to try and deny. And yeah, Hanka all flush forward. That sucks. But a great round from Sweden, a 3-on-5.
That was awesome. It feels like they just weren't ready for Hut whatsoever. I don't know if there was any sound cues there or they just wanted to throw that flash forward just to have Angelica on the line, but that timing was hitting towards Hut.
Yeah, timing was fantastic, wasn't it? I didn't even find that kill on door either, so
No.
everything worked out for Sweden.
They just had no map control, and they're like, all right, we'll just go towards A.
It's crazy they were able just to walk in.
It shouldn't be happening. Look at this buy now.
You don't often see his position, but part of the reason is you're so exposed to a potential silo swing. Doesn't come though. So with Angelica up there, you actually have a lot of ground elsewhere. She was kind of set up to be the success story for them this round, but she's not going to get the contact. It's going to be ramp. Oh, and Lena's hit a dig. VQ now will rotate. Lena falls down. Can't hit that one on the drop. So they'll be allowed to get this control over. Lena gets to another cheeky position. Should be cleared as M-San goes around that corner. Hanka on the drop down. No, they haven't actually flushed her out. Finally, they spot her.
Where's Angelica in all of this? Because it should be a quick rotation. Smoke on the double door means she can't peek, so she slides over to control, and they haven't seen her. Just ahead of this, Molly is Angelica, and suddenly all the pistols are starting to collapse on Team Sweden. A 2 versus 2. Normality resumes just a little bit, but you do not want to peek these deagles. You need to force them to go for the defuse.
Viki's picked up the M4, but they know she was in double because of the tick of the molly. There's a slight gap. A tap on it. Hanka's just walked in. Not anticipating near in dark though, so for VQ, very difficult. The Hero M4 purchase doesn't quite work out, but it was just that. This is the real buy coming through, but Sweden's made this a single round game.
Yeah, and you got to actually give credit to Sweden quite a lot there, because that could have really got out of hand. Poland were really looking to make that so chaotic, and in the 2v2 they just slow down. They realize, look, the objective here is for Poland to defuse our bomb. They've got no kit. As long as we make sure that we are not removed, everything will be okay.
Finally get the ult for VQ as well. First time I think we've even seen it. She's gonna actually start towards Secret, so she's gonna be in a good position. So to use it on the T side over there. She'll get her chance on this CT side.
And she's here. And she strikes. Finds one, backs off. How active does VQ want to be? Seems like a lot. That molly will push her back at least.
Giuliano removing Hanker actually gives them a huge amount of space. An attempt to walk through, the AWP goes fishing, and Giuliano is the one that gets the kill. Very low HP. Oh, Letty needed to find that. She needed that kill. Lena can't find success. Sweden have broken through the defenses of Poland.
Yeah, you literally hit the nail on the head. The fact that Giuliano is able to get Hanker there just means that the pathway's created. And even when VQ takes contact, there wasn't a response there from Poland. And you feel like, okay, well, if you've not made that move in towards lobby, you've still got this A defense, surely it would hold, but no. Isolated kills in towards top hut. Letty not finding M-San there really just kind of gives up that round and is going to make things even. VQ just looking to hold on to her AWP. Whether she'll be allowed to or not is another question. Feels like she's rooting the right way.
Yeah, that's a really shocking round. I mean, beautiful from Giuliano. To find both of those kills was massive. Both Angelica and Letty missing their mark. Angelica you can forgive a little bit just because the AWP only needs the one shot to connect. You feel like Letty really needed that one.
Did we catch how Hanka was caught there outside?
Not sure, I think it was on the edge of the smoke. She was trying to play around, I believe, at Indestructible.
Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough, because, yeah, it feels like, okay, Hanka goes for that reaction then, because obviously Viku's been pressured off as secret. If Hanka can figure out whether it is going to be that main play, then Team Poland can adjust accordingly to try and help out Viku or to push in towards lobby to deal with the main play. But because she gets caught, it's just instant.
What a moment for Sweden to break through. We've got this saved AWP, but they're going to have to go with pistols around it.
This is 3 rounds in a row for Team Sweden as well. This is them consistently putting Team Poland on the back foot. You got to remember, this was an 8-4 half. 1 round on CT side.
This still makes a hell of a difference, but the gun rounds now starting to come through. Okay, this round is not live.
No.
So we will get reset momentarily.
Sorry, I said this to you off broadcast, but I think it's actually probably a good time to bring it up now. I said on Mirage, I was really surprised that IESF wasn't calling like many timeouts.
Yeah,
And here again, right? It was 8-4. Then Team Sweden, yeah, okay, it's pistols, whatever. But they've won. They've reset your money. Like I'd expect in the next round when they've got a full buy, I'd like 30 seconds there.
You'd expect of all the coaches him to be one of the most active, just because he does take on that primary role with the core of this team.
And typically he's really good at actually taking those break points. Like that's something that I think he's really good at doing. I think it's an underrated feature of a coach, and it's just knowing when to take a pause. Like I know he doesn't have a headset, but
I think he just called for it there. No. Yeah, I think he might have just called for it. Maybe not.
I will say it's got to actually be really tough for the coaches on stage because they won't be able to hear the comms.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, obviously you're standing there, so you can kind of hear it, but the lack of a headset here is not so conventional. So it does make it a bit trickier. All right, back into it. This one's live.
Obviously, we've got to talk about Giuliano as well, but shout out MSAN. Because MSAN is 17 and 12, but a lot of those kills come from this T side.
She's been really good. Anchor has found a nice little timing to push forward. I don't know if Jenga will anticipate this. This is personally one of my favorite spots for that reason. And Viku gets her kill with the AWP, needs to get out. Oh no! MSAN! We praised her before, she's able to find a massive double.
This round's not done yet because look, Hanka's dinks Giuliano in the meantime. Now Lena's pushing in towards lobby. Yeah. This is still becoming a little bit tricky. Fortunately, whilst all this is going on, they have caught the A time, and then Giuliano was aware that Lena could have pushed.
Yeah, that bomb, the AK got picked up, and I think Giuliano spotted it. This round is certainly doable. No kit though, so slightly tricky. Hanka lets them know where she is, but Lena falls, so it's all onto Hanka. 1 versus 2 has the information on both these players. Tease out, a nice little ascension to the top of Hut, trying to isolate this player behind it, can't quite convert. MSAN with a mammoth round.
Yeah, and again, MSAN dealing with Viku. That was a 3-on-5 in favor of Team Poland. So we didn't again have to battle back from the brink.
It's brave to peek into that AWP.
It is, but you know she's going to fall back. Needed to get that trade, gets it. Presence of mind to be aware of top Hut because they haven't peaked it in a while. Team Sweden are 3 rounds away from a semi-final.
What's going to be the call? 2 top silo. They scale quickly, just checking no one's gotten close. As looks to smoke off the main entrance. Hanka's again at Indestructible. And Lena this time pushes secret. You can see she's fairly active there, so needs to be careful in this timing because Giuliano's holding for it. Lena might just give it up. No, the jiggle. But Zaz has dealt with Hanka, flies around the corner. The response from the CTs more often than not, we know to take lobby. MSAN has been very good. How ready is she for this swing? Was ready, but Angelica under the crosshair.
Yeah, this now gets really weird though because you've got pretty much the entire roster wrap in heaven. What's the timing on this? When's Letty going to turn around? Is it being held from Hut? It is. And now Letty can swing between her and Angelica. They need to hold, but they can't. Nia's found 2 headshots and has made it into A.
What did she get stuck on there? Lina gets one back, but Giuliano, unexpected. VQ, not going to be able to do this. Needs to save this AWP, surely. You're crazy if you give this a go. Oh, if that had been the kill, maybe there's something. Molotov forward, swaps to the M4. Giuliano, how is she alive?
Look at the HP.
It feels unfair. That re-peek, you think it's going to come? VQ, oh wait, she has a chance here. HP is so low. Giuliano peeks.
And breathe. And breathe. Because that is incredibly close. She went for it because, look, she's like Giuliano. They know Nia is low.
If she gets that kill on Giuliano,
It's
she
done.
can win that.
Instead, it goes the other way. Team Sweden playing so safe, making sure that they can't lose these rounds.
But they are losing them. No, it's Poland's losing them.
Yeah.
Now they've got a half buy. That's series point for Sweden looming.
Lena getting aggressive. Flashbang good, but Emsan again. But Letty walks through Hut, but only for one. It's Emsan getting all of these kills, trying to push Sweden over the finish line.
She is locked in today. Got caught last round on that push from Angelica. This time, she's not caught sleeping. Hanker's in a good position to maybe get this kill into Giuliano. But no, Jenkins has walked in and cleared. It's so methodical.
That's the thing. I think that's what you've really got to praise. I think we spoke about the Anchor players being so calm in all these situations, but everything is done so deliberately, and everyone is playing the roles that they want to as well. I think that's the key thing. Zaz so good at taking space on T side. Is doing it again so consistently. Giuliano being this late game activation player. As long as Giuliano is alive, it feels like the round is always a guarantee for Team Sweden. And Emsan is making sure she's just tidying up all the mess to make sure that Team Sweden can never lose.
This does remind me a bit of the Na'Vi Javelins of old. Angelica and Hanka having great games. Having some struggles in these crucial rounds when the pressure is getting to them. That was always the bane of Na'Vi Javelins in those finals. They'd get to a commanding position where they have a chance to really make a stand. But it slowly slips away. 3 chances for Sweden.
At least VQ's got an AWP. That's what you can say in this round. At least she has an AWP.
That's why she saved that Deagle armor.
But also, like, what's interesting is you did say, look, Hanker's going to be really proactive outside. The only time I've seen her get close is with 5-7s.
That's true. DQ goes towards door. It's not blown though, so she doesn't get a chance to see anything.
Oh, Nade missed as well from the CTs to blow it open. Actually, that's a counter nade just in case they try and push forward. Excuse me.
She'll drop down. The outside smokes. Hanka is watching to see if they cross. And so the AWP instead lies in wait. So VQ will be in the right place this round. Is Zaz ready for this? Her and Jenkins look to swing onto the angle. And VQ again. Second time we've seen her with success here.
This is the exact same round as before, and Hanka needs to make sure she doesn't
It's
die.
the same
Giuliano's
round.
done it again. VQ's hit a no-scope, but this will force Team Sweden to go back and reroute. This time Letty's gone main, but look at Door. Emsan's out of it. VQ trades from Vent.
It's Giuliano and Nia. Giuliano hits the quick scope onto Lina. That's now space for her to use. Do they want to rotate down? The bomb is on its way there. Angelica will go down. But they pause.
So does Sweden. Just for a moment, they've dropped a nade and they're walking back. So it's VQ that's going to be, well, at the right place at the right time. She rotates back up because Angelica doesn't hear anything.
There's so many unknowns about this position. She can't afford to watch heaven, which is where they're coming from. Oh, now she will turn. Nia drops and it's Giuliano in the clutch. The reposition from VQ should be known. Molotov goes forward. Viku committing through it, and she hits the quick scope. A hero round from Viku, every single kill.
Yeah, Viku's victorious, and she had to be. Because again, it was that same round. She gets the kill on Zaz. Juliana goes back and finds Hanka. And there was even recoveries there for Poland. There was even new things that they were trying to employ, and it just wasn't working. The fact that Viku is so dynamic, gets back up the vent, is everything.
Always in the right place at the right time, Viku, and so many quick scopes. This has really been the Battle of the Orpas in a lot of ways. Sweden still have 2 chances. Now they're full buys on each, Poland. It's not an easy journey to force OT.
That's a shame for Sweden because they were so decisive in every single moment up until which site they wanted to go in. It feels like as soon as they get the kill on Lena, if they rush down towards B, only one rotate would have been there in time. The thing is, you still got to play these 2 rounds without making a mistake. Diagonal smokes again.
Every round they go down. This time, they'll want to see if anyone crosses. The AWP is outside. Not at secret this time, that is a difference. But also Sweden aren't necessarily committing across these. Zaz will get close to them. Does she want to scale around main?
Maybe. Is that being held for? Is it being accounted for? That's the thing, yes. Look at this setup.
Oh, Hanka goes down. That's the room in. Letty with the MP9 delivers, and delivers a double. Viku rotates with the AWP. Giuliano on 1 versus 3. First one is hers, low HP on Letty. Doors closed. But she can still catch Letty by surprise. No, the smoke will bail her. And Letty, a big round, has the worst weaponry in the server and finds a triple with it.
Their money is still not great here, but at the same time, it's not bad for, sorry, it's not good either for Sweden. At least Viku's on the AWP, but you're right, Letty has a huge round. The fact that she repositions over towards Squeaky, just plays on the left-hand side because she knows that smoke can be there as a cover. Thing is, Giuliano's so hamstrung in that round because the bomb's already dropped on site. It's not like she's got the bomb and can just take that round elsewhere. Not seen an OT yet on the official broadcast. Might get one here.
Definitely a good chance for it. Poland have done the hard work to get to this point with the lesser weaponry that they're up against. Jenkins being annoying over towards Secret, keeping a play here, but there's still plenty of defenders over towards Ramp. Viku slides through, finds that first kill, falls back. And you got Lena in hell to deal with the decision to wrap. They don't commit.
Yeah, Viku's just smoking, covering all bases. You still got this topside aggression here as well for Poland. Viku's now again being the one that's dynamic, keeping the defense in check.
Poland have got good positions here. Angelica gets a kill. There's smoke. Giuliano swings out, not anticipating 2, but she still finds them both. Angelica able to get another frag though with the MP9, and it always feels like it falls to Giuliano. 25 kills deep. 3 more required to eliminate Poland, and she won't be given the chance. We go overtime.
Oh my gosh. Again, Viku just being the dynamic player. It's really interesting that she's moving so much to make sure that the setup is always held. And the fact that she actually is the one that repositions up the vent means that the Hut player can stay, and it's the Hut player that gets the crucial kill. But that is dangerously close. Alcest laughs it off, but I know inside he is stressing.
Yeah. Real it's fine.jpg. Poland get to breathe a little bit here. No longer backs against the wall.
Yeah, you actually just feel like pressure's on now for Sweden, really.
Yeah, they felt like they could have closed this and taken it in 2.
So many chances too.
You beat Poland, you feel like you've got a really nice run all the way through.
Still can happen. Look at this, look at Hanka. This time she's on top garage, she gets the kill. Viku's out here, needs to extinguish the smoke, but Letty, the third fly in the ointment. Jenkin will at least trade, but there is Viku, undetected, unknown, and Poland are in control.
That was nice. That was, again, a round where we haven't seen so far. It's the AWP getting aggressive at red. We've got Hanka up top, so different levels of aggression. Sweden not ready for how proactive that fight would be outside. They've gotten that space pretty freely a lot of the time. Lena, how ready is she? That should be enough, and well, certainly is.
Important. Really important for Lena as well. It's Lena and Letty that have actually had like pretty lackluster games all throughout Nuke so far, but Letty came in with a big round. Lena now holds with a double. Everything is slowly clicking back into place for Team Poland. And this is now a 4-round drought for Team Sweden. They've forgotten what it feels like to win. So they go back to what's worked. Diag smokes being dropped over for Nia. Please throw these.
Nia's gonna get sick of throwing these smokes. Every round they go out. Outside, some further utility to set up the scaling of Jenkin. It's just gonna be her out here. Saz over the top will drop on top of main. And slower round from Sweden. Jelka takes some initiative with Hanka. Giuliano and Nia about to be tested from 2 different angles. Nia reveals herself, but oh, she gets both. At least Lena's there to help out with the ramp player. But Nia really delivering a huge double. Zaz is scaling outside. Viku needs to be careful, but the jump up spots her. And Letty finishes the job onto Nia. Jenkin finds that timing, so still a 2-on-2, but the bomb, that's all the way back outside.
Yeah, that's really complicated now. And again, you're in the same position where it's now been spotted. Lena's found it.
Nice swing from Letty. Zaz lets her know exactly where she is too.
As long as you don't peek her, you've won. Because she can't go anywhere.
Time's so hard here. Letty falls back. Zaz has to spend so much time just finding this first player that she's limited to find the second, but can't get past Letty anyway. Another big round from her.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lena, because it's Lena that takes all the space in the first place. It's really interesting. Is Hanka pushing in towards Hut with Angelka. Nia finds both, and then it's recovered. First by Lena, then by Letty. Sweden take a pause. Everything they are trying, so many different variations, so many different sort of accelerations on the rounds, trying to go at different intervals, and nothing is working.
Yeah, I feel like these are the moments where having this team of Poland, who were formerly a 5 for so long, have their coach from that time together, all that experience playing as a unit on a stage, right? Think about how many grand finals and LV Javelins have been in. They know how to handle the pressure on the stage. Sure, they've collapsed to Imperial / Enigma Galaxy quite a few times, but...
/Saz.
/Saz. But they're much more familiar than names like Nia, names like M-San. As a cohesive unit, they're able to pull it back in these moments.
To be honest, as soon as they hit overtime, it felt like they already won. Like that's the difference. It was a little bit nervy, a little bit touch and go, but then a switch is flicked. And here we got Hanka getting aggressive by the diagonals. At the same time, so is Jenkin, and she is able to remove her early.
Okay, so an opening kill for Sweden. Nia also removes Viku. That's a big one onto ramp. The Orb got aggressive. Angelka playing around the smokes as well. They send 2 players out to try and find Jenkin. But in the 5-on-3, she just pauses the garage. She knows that she's keeping attention here. Angelka, if she can catch this timing, this round is still very interesting for Poland, and she will. They've not committed with this advantage.
Oh, and she found Giuliano. Giuliano was really low. Zaz finds Lena. They're still trying to go A here, but look at Letty.
The bomb, they need to go get the bomb. Letty's been loud though. Letty's been really loud. M-San, oh, Letty gets that kill again. This is the round where Sweden found 2 openers, and now it comes down to the 1v1, and Letty again stands tall.
She moved off the angle. Oh my gosh, that's as close as it gets for Team Sweden. You got to remember that this was 8-4 halves for both teams on the T side. You go into overtime, and Team Poland walk away with 3 in a row on CT.
Pressure setting in for Sweden. Looks assured that Poland will push us to that Dust 2 decider. Sweden have made them sweat far more than they thought they would.
True.
It might still do. The T sides have been the strengths of these teams, so Poland just need one.
Let's see where they take it. Outside wall just being put down. It's the standard set. They want to scale fast. They just want to go secret.
Hanker again, very quick over there. Jenkin has rotated.
So is Zaz.
Oh, wow, a lot of pressure put down. Even the smoke early, they really want to deny this control. And it's a good call because there are 4 Polish players here.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, when it goes all silent, you have to think of a reaction here. If you're Sweden, MSA's now worried that because Zaz has rotated down vents, there's a big gap outside.
So they still want to try and get some more control over towards Secret. But 2 CTs holding on to this. Juliana is solo pushing with the AWP. This is crazy. She might catch Lena. She will. That's wild. Little boost up for Angelica. Head spotted.
Oh.
Can't quite find it. Bit of damage through there. Brought down low, but it's all a distraction for Zaz. Hanker will finally find that frag, but Zaz still tucked into the vents. They circumnavigate. They run straight on past. VQ looks back to find the kill. Good flick.
And Hanker's now putting down even more utility. Oh, flashbang will force MSAM back. Giuliano's now the one that's down the vent. His interaction versus VQ is everything, but VQ just disengages.
VQ's everywhere she needs to be right now. That Molotov does not really land properly. I don't know what happened there. Hanker's found some space to work in. Still going to be cleared though. MSAN, thorough. VQ has a chance here and she will take it. It's MSAN in the 1v2, doesn't get started. Another multi-round from Letty, and Poland close in OT.
Yeah, what a ridiculous way for Poland to close. They were challenged round after round. They had to dig deep. That was an 8-4 half. They felt like they were in control. Team Sweden battled back brilliantly, and you feel like they should have taken the series, but that's the resilience, that's the LAN experience. That is why Team Poland are the favourites at this tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I thought Sweden were going to take this in 2. As soon as they found that point, 12-9, it really felt like it was all theirs. Big credit to the other players of this Polish team that aren't part of that Navi score anymore. Letty had so many impactful rounds. I think from 12-9, she got a multi-kill almost every round there on out. So huge props to her, to Lena as well, and an incredible display of resilience to pull that back.
Yeah, but you got to mention Viku, right? She got that ace that completely turned the tide of that game. And yeah, you feel like as soon as it hits overtime, there is no stopping Team Poland. We send it back to the desk before we get ready for a map 3.
Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat sort of stuff from Poland. They looked down and out when Sweden went up 12-9. But my God, do they have some resilience. Pretty much flawless there all the way through the end into overtime. This is not what we expect coming into this series. Poland are giving everything just to stay in it.
Yeah, they probably shouldn't have had to be in that situation. They won 8 rounds on the T side of Nuke to start this map. That should be enough. They should be golden. They should be good. But it took them so long to kind of address the issue of Sweden's outside smokes for such a long period of time. Basically, it took them nearly all the way up until overtime before they actually started being more proactive about it and trying to be disruptive and not letting Sweden get into comfortable positions. I mean, the casters mentioned that Sweden were getting outside control or yard room quite freely most rounds, and they made the most out of it. And you got to give massive credits for Sweden to not feel defeated, obviously, after having that kind of a first half and battle back the way they did. Obviously, shame that it doesn't go the entire way for them, because that obviously would have meant the semifinal spot. But yeah, no, Poland a lot slower to adapt than I would have expected, and Sweden a whole lot better than what I expected when it came to Nuke.
Yeah, it really felt like Sweden nearly just stole this map completely, because even in that first half, I think the couple rounds that Sweden won, I think that Poland would have been maybe a little frustrated with. There was some awkward timings on nades and just, awkward situations, but all in all, like, Sweden clearly on that CT side was struggling with rotations, and Poland generally were able to punish that. when you switch over, though, I think Poland did start to like just shut down a little bit. And I want to give big credit to Angelika because I think she was really important in getting them back on track. She's the one player who was consistently staying loud, keeping the energy high for the team. And I think she was one of the players that started to take initiative for them and get them back into it in the first place. Because I think some of the site anchors were just kind of sitting back and not really trying to take the fight. And then it feels like they just get swarmed and overrun. And that was starting to become an issue for Poland. So it was really important that that happened initially, and then Viku started to get involved with the AWP. And then you slowly saw everyone else come into play.
Yeah, they went from playing from being basically scared to lose to now being excited about potentially winning instead, because that CT side started off so lackluster in terms of like how little initiative and how little they tried to impose themselves on each and every round. Like you said, again, it's maybe Angelika only kind of just keeping him in it, and then eventually you get Letty and Viku to kind of, well, get going towards the tail end of that half, and that was sorely needed, and that's how we end up in OT. But I never would have expected them to be here in the first place. Like that, I expected this to be Nuke, pretty smooth sailing, got 8 rounds, just close it out casually on the CT side. But those Swedes, they know how to stay in it.
Yeah, honestly, I think the football term would be, if Sweden won this, it kind of would have been like shithousing a win. I'm not gonna lie, like that's how it felt, because like you could see when watching, like it looked like Poland were by far the better team, and they would have been really frustrated if they lost that map. I think there were just so many like key rounds where they just weren't quite able to win, and then you go, oh, okay, this is starting to get scary when it really shouldn't have, because the cohesion looked like it was way better for Poland. But I do want to give credit to the Swedish players, of course. I think Emsan there on that map stepped up big time on T side, got them into that position in the first place. I think she's been the most consistent third player alongside Giuliano and Zaz, so that's nice to see for Sweden. I think they'll be looking to that going forward. And if you're Sweden, I know you're a bit frustrated you couldn't close, but you've got to be coming out of that with some promising thoughts in mind that this is absolutely a series you can take.
Yeah, no, for sure. Again, you play so well on the first map. Again, you push Poland to the limits on the second one as well. You had your opportunity to get to the semifinals already there. That's not what everyone else on the outside were thinking going into this game, right? This was supposed to be a rather convincing Poland win. So they have to feel really good about where they're finding themselves. They're able to push Poland on probably one of their strongest cards in terms of maps. Compared to all the other teams at the tournament, you're doing something right. Now you're going into Inferno. Again, this is familiar territory. Yeah, you got to like your chances if you're Sweden at this point.
Yeah, I think especially during that first half, I think it was quite obvious that Sweden are not a comfortable team on Nuke.
Yeah.
I assume that especially as a 5, very limited theory crafting or practice or scrims on this map. And Lucy mentioned it on the cast. I think the most logical explanation of how the map went so close is that Poland felt the pressure. And they started making mistakes. They played reserved, like you said. That does make me nervous for a third map.
Yeah.
They're under pressure they haven't felt yet in this tournament. If they crack again like that on a map where Sweden are more comfortable, it might never get to overtime. They might not have a chance.
Yeah, it can very easily swing out of control as well. Again, we obviously don't know whether or not they're going to start CT or T side here on Inferno, but again, like imagine a world where they start CT side, they get off to a bit of a rough start. Now economy is all over the place as well. You don't win crucial rounds or swing rounds. That's something that you know players like Giuliano and Saz are going to be able to take full advantage of. You can't say the same for Poland given what we just saw. Like that feels a little bit more dicey, especially with their history, as you mentioned, that Lucy and Brandon pointed to as well. The fact that they have had a bit of a tendency to stumble at the finish line. They can be fantastic all the way up until the point where it matters the most. And Inferno is going to be all about mattering the most.
I also do think just that the structure of this map still limited Zaz slightly in her ability to really cause all the chaos. Like, you can't go for these solo plays that she was going for on other maps. On the third, we should see that come through again, and that could easily be one extra piece that Sweden get back. I'm not saying that Zaz was bad on that map. She was still getting kills at Yard occasionally, you know, sometimes out-dueling Hanka and causing a bit of chaos, but it's more likely to be more impactful on this third map. So yeah, I actually think there is the chance for Sweden. Coming into this series, I thought it was pretty damn favored to Poland. Now there is that slight question mark creeping into the back of my mind, and you're just a little scared that it could be creeping into the Poland players' minds as well. Hopefully they're just thinking about the end of that map, because that's when they started to look like the Poland we know and love.
So quick correction, third map is Dust 2, not Inferno. Quick fire prediction, guys. Are Poland going to stabilize and win this? Is Sweden going to pull off the impossible? Which way is this going to go?
again, I said it going into the match. I believed in Poland. It was impressive of them to, I guess, first get a good T side in there on Nuke, then to be able to not completely crumble and manage to get back to OT and then obviously win it in OT. So I'm still going to side with Poland for this one, but I've been incredibly impressed by Sweden.
Yeah, there's that little part of me that really wants to switch to Sweden, but I think my brain is telling me that Poland have the better players across the board. I know that the Poland players will show up, at least some of them. If Giuliano had a quiet map, which hasn't happened, but if that happened, I think Sweden would be done for, right? I think they're just a little too reliant on their big pieces, and I just can't go with that when I know the consistency of this Poland squad.
Just two to come, do or die. Semi-final spots on the line. Can Poland salvage their tournament? Let's find out soon.
Clever, but this is about to kick off.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, no!
Out from Hapley. Just looking at old boy. Hapley from up top. He might just get one. He's looking for it. No mess on me and not whatsoever. But the options haven't come through. Now they do. Hapley takes the first one. There's one more shot being needed. Old boy chimes in as well. And suddenly it's all down to just one player.
Yes.
He jumps down. He's got the DPS. He just cannot hit it, but he does so anyways. And Ukraine will secure another dinner.
Pixar should lock it in. Oh, she's done enough damage regardless, surely. This should be it. The push out from middle, it's enough. Mex will close. It's a suffocation.
Mereka akan bermainkan rotasi tapi dengan Eternal's Revenge. Kalau karena dua orang sekaligus bakal langsung saja memberikan ada dealing damage lagi menuju ke arah seorang JBS atau yang terakhir akan dikejar tapi Albert ternyata hampir juga bisa dibalaskan keadaannya. Tapi untungnya Indonesia belum ada yang tumbang sama sekali.
You know I can't help but these, cause they know they can never touch these. So baby, let me talk my shit, or I might just throw another fit. You know I can't help but these, cause they know they can never touch these. So baby, let me talk my shit, or I might just throw another fit.
One more map to decide the fate of our final quarterfinal game here between Sweden and Poland. Poland, that was, I think, heartbreaking stuff really for Team Sweden because it felt like they really could do it in two. Now we go to Dust 2. I'll be honest, after that, I think Poland can just run away with this now.
Yeah, it does feel that way a little bit, and we know that Na'Vi are very good on Dust 2.
Yeah.
It's one of their better maps, and they were more than happy for this to be the decider, but I don't know, I think there was still, it's not like Sweden got stomped by any measure towards the end there. Yes, it was Na'Vi that won all those rounds that pushed OT. Yes, they did have a pretty clean overtime performance, but I think individually everyone was still there from Sweden. They just got a bit outclassed in terms of positioning and the actual movements around the map. It was that tactical depth that Na'Vi were able to rely on, and that's resilience, I think. But the actual aim, the mechanics all look good for Sweden, particularly on some of the players that we don't necessarily throw around when we talk about this team, right? Emsan, she had a brilliant performance. Giuliano was consistent as ever. So I still think all the pieces are there for Sweden to put up a very competitive Dust 2.
Yeah, it's such a horrible way to lose, though. It's like you have the game like right in the palm of your hand, then you go to overtime, you don't get a single round in overtime as well, right? I think that's the the crux of it, really. You now go to D2, and if Sweden get off to a rocky start, if it isn't all sunshine and roses in the first like 3-4 rounds, then we can start having that conversation.
Yeah, I think that's where it starts to really get worrisome for this Swedish team, and then it is really about how deep does the resilience go for this squad, and what sort of it's going to rely a lot, I think, on Giuliano and Zaz here to kind of provide that experience, because that's something that Na'Vi obviously have, in comparison.
I just got some interesting info. So Team Sweden won the knife round. They decided to go T side.
I don't know if it's that crazy when you think about it, given that their CT side, I think, has had some weaknesses, as we saw on Nuke. So,
but you got 3 anchor players, and I reckon you can go CT there.
Yeah, I guess so. But maybe they just want to put the pace on, enable Zaz to go off the leash. Dust 2 can sometimes be a bit of a team map. Depends how you want to work it. We'll see.
Come on then. Last quarterfinal game of the day, last map of the day as well. We need to find our final semi-finalist.
Who will our top 4 be? Joining Portugal, Team USA, Team France.
Winner of this goes on to play USA, who finished a few hours ago.
Yeah, you feel like that one might be free, but then USA destroyed Spain, so what do I know?
What do any of us know, really? Slow default measured out the gate. VQ on the angle. Wide swing out of Jenkin. She falls back, and Zaz steps in down lower.
I know the PTK doesn't, I know it's just as accurate. Oh.
Oops-a-daisy.
It's just as accurate as the USP. It doesn't feel Like it is when you shoot it.
It doesn't have that aura. There it is, I understand.
You get it now.
I get it.
All right,
There we
Viku,
go.
speaking of aura, standing out in the open, will be punished by Nia, and she keeps going. Angelica needs that support, she loses it.
This is tough. At least you got this quick rotation in from short. Keep your eyes on Hanka. Bomb's just been thrown over. You need to be wary of this, and Hanka deals with Zaz.
All right, Torpedoes get to work and keep going, but only for a moment. Silenced by Giuliano. 2 on 3, but made even off that kill from Letty. And that's a long play. You can just focus on sight. And there's that P2K in action, but there's Emsan rising to the occasion.
That's ridiculous. Again, you one of these plays where you think, oh my goodness me, Letty has found another kill. Team Poland are going through the motions, and Emsan on a swivel to immediately cancel out early celebrations. Team Sweden are alive.
And you said they need to have a good start. Can't be rocky. Can't let Poland continue to run away with things.
And that was even after Team Poland got caught off guard in that long swing. Angelica just wasn't ready for there to be another player there after Viku got the kill.
Jenkins spots everyone out long. So you imagine this will be now the disconnect and the move elsewhere. Bomb group's middle, they charge through. Nia running rampant. Okay, Letty's gone absolutely insane in the past 8 rounds of Counter-Strike.
True.
She just flicked that switch that Giuliano found yesterday.
Oh, Viku got a dink. Viku got a dink there in top middle. Important thing though is that there isn't that many casualties for Team Sweden. So feeling comfortable, that was just your eco. You've now got all the rifles in play. Notably, no money for the Viku AWP.
All right, Sweden, this is the time to make a statement. Giuliano just jiggling for information. Fairly standard setup for Poland. Angelica will get a lot of space out long. Scary thing is you've got this A-side hold with Angelica and Hanka is so hard to break through.
At least they got good grounding towards middle. The issue, yeah, you speak about long, that there's now been another resmoke put on it. So the flash play for Jenkin has to go through mid doors. She sees nothing. 2 players lie in wait for Team Poland on B, but Sweden genuinely can take this anywhere still.
Yeah, nice little flash play for info. You mentioned how good Jenkin's been at information gathering. She's just not afraid to really get her heels dug in and try and find that space. That is jiggling from window. I think it is going to be the mid to B split, so Viku, or Hanka, in fact, needs to be ready to rotate. One of these players does. It is Hanka in CT. Viku can span deep, and then Hanka might look to try and catch a timing.
Oh, there's the timing, there's the swing, and the kills. Lena and Letty, and then Hanka tries to go through the smoke, but the B defense is still on hold, at least for now. Disengage out of Letty, deals with the mid-pressure of Zaz, and now needs to wait for the rotates on the way. Sure, they've got the bomb site, but Poland have got the numbers.
Resmoke will be pretty nifty. HE does a lot of damage. Nia had a chance there, but spotted a car, sprayed down. It's all onto Emsan. Tucks back, and first kill, can't quite find it. Run down by the numbers of Poland.
Again, really got to give a lot of credit here to Letty, because she just leaves the bomb site. She goes, okay, if we deal with Zaz, that means our rotations could come through, and they've got the higher quantity of players to deal with this retake.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to respond to that mid to B pressure, right? Where you kind of have to make the call whether they're going to push and split you. You need to just focus on one avenue. Because Hank is so close in CT, they think, all right, we're just going to take down middle, and it works out perfectly.
Yeah, it was really impressive. They just weren't ready for Zaz, but then all bases covered quite quickly. Emsan only on a deagle in this round. Faster pace applied to try and take long flashbangs. Good, but not good enough to get Hanka and Angelica off the angle.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Those two are an absolute beast to behold. And they were in top form on map 2. Angelica getting her first frag, and she will be tested for more here. This is a cheeky spot. However, it's a tough one to get a multi-kill from. If they push through it, it becomes less tough. But the flashbang, dodged. She's so deep. Spray though, wild. That exposed angle does not work out for her. She didn't anticipate 3 players bursting in.
But there's no molly to get this corner, which is good. And now the B rotates have arrived in time. And again, because of this new box, you can scale over. Lena's just going to push. Lena could be the one to take the first contact, and that baits in VQ. Or you just don't clear VQ. She holds the spray and gets 2.5. Lena cleans up the rest. Poland equalise.
Yeah, incredible with the AWP, but with the M4, AK just as potent. Nice little spray down from VQ. Knows that they're just going to commit to her so she doesn't take her finger off the trigger. And then you have that swing available. So that will be now Sweden forced to go to the eco.
Something worth keep our eye on as well is just the CT setup for Poland. There always is Lena and Letty just starting B, and it always is this same crossfire every single start to the round.
Yeah, pretty decent one to do with any sort of pacey B play, and then I guess when you don't see it, you can then free yourself up to move elsewhere. You think that maybe that gives you some space towards long, but we've already seen how strong that hold is. Middle though, there is an option. A flashbang is good, but there is Lena, there's Hanka. Between them, they will remove the rest of these mid players.
I wonder if you start to notice this now, though. Space should be in towards mid and short, in theory. Because it is consistently Anger and... just combine the names.
Anger.
Angelica and Hanka pushing long. VQ is normally that short player, or she's the one throwing the flashes. Then it's Lena, Letty on B.
Well, AWP's out now, so we might see some variation in the setup, to be fair. As VQ want to run this, no, it will be very much the same. So again, supportive utility for her long players. Looks like there will be a bit of a contest there. Jenkin on the angle, smoked off, sprays, and she has to fall back.
Yeah, this is much quicker. Our Team Sweden in terms of getting the space in towards lowers. Team Poland not yet pushing that extremity over towards upper tunnels. It's so careful. And now with this advanced molly, they have got this space.
VQ looks to find this kill, but there's a lot of players here, and she's in a committed position, going to rely on her rifle to bail her out, and it doesn't work. Jenkin completely dismantles them. And now they can scale quickly. Angelica will slide through to try and deal with these players. A little bit of damage done, but just falls off the focus on long. This fight could be everything. If Nia can catch Letty, this should certainly be a round. And Nia, yeah, that confirms it.
Great work. If you're Nia, you just know, okay, well, if there is 2 players B, one will come from mid, one will come from lowers. Angelica is just trying to fight her way out to try and hold on to anything, gets nothing. Good reaction out of Team Sweden. A lot more punchier up towards short. Even with that double setup, VQ was just so overexposed and wasn't ready for that flash time in.
Yeah, obviously she has a lot of confidence in herself, and the fact that she has a teammate there by her side who's meant to be the one that bails her out, right, if she does whiff, but both of them miss. So it kind of leaves them hung out to dry. A fail-safe fails. But it was crazy she was so committed. It said she can play the off angle, right, so she can get that kill and then fall back. But Jenkin was playing so far back before she swung that just unanticipated.
This is the first time I've really seen Team Poland like jiggle in towards tunnels. Letty misses the smoke. That actually gives her a walkway for Nia. And she takes it with open arms. Lena will at least trade. Viku is here with the AWP as well. Lena's still in sight, but Zaz has scaled and overwhelmed.
Yeah, Zaz used that smoke to walk through. It ends up really being costly. 3-on-3 though, so not impossible. Does Hanka want to make this move? You can see she was considering it.
VQ will.
Oh, they're just going to run through, but Zaz is holding the second player. Third player, not anticipated. Hanka's doubled up. Bomb's not down either. She looks for the rifle, will pick it up, a 1v1.
Sure, that's funny that she's like, oh no, the AWP, give me an AK.
This. I'm not VQ, but I am still a star. She should know that MSAN will come here, but this pause does put some questions in Hanka's mind about a late mid play. MSAN might be able to get a reasonable timing. In fact, Hanka just disengages, so MSAN Oh, look at this. She just walks past the door as Hanka crosses over. Oh, okay, that's the sound cue that Hanka needed. And oh, Emsan still hits the shot.
She played that so well. Of course, that is a game of timings, but just waits for the perfect moment to strike. And then even after making that audio cue, you throw the molly in towards window. She has to be at door. You've cleared car. You hold door for at least 5 seconds, then you can plant, because then you can start to think about lower tunnels.
It's surprising that Hanka just peeks that immediately, to be honest, because of that, possibility. Push up top middle. USPs look to maybe do some damage. Emsan has been on cleanup duty. Been so impressed with her.
Just like Blame F.
Hey, she got a big impact kill last round. Can Viku save the AK? That is the question. I'm gonna say no. They don't even want to plant the bomb. They just want to remove her, and they will.
And now they're getting loud again. Poland take a timeout, 30 seconds to think about things, try and reset things. Look at the graph at the top, right? It's rounds back in streaks. It isn't this back and forth nature. Whoever wins one round, it feels like they're going to win the next couple. No money for this AWP as well. Something that was really bailing Poland out of a lot of tight situations.
Ult for Giuliano. Viku will remain sniperless. Go middle just to get information. It is very much the same CT setup every single round, isn't it?
Yeah, genuinely, like the space is in mid and B. Sorry, mid and short, like 100%. I think this is why they're now starting to do this default a little bit more. Obviously, short should always be the priority of map control for the T side. They will get that with the molly. Counter smoke will block just for at least 20 seconds, and that means that Viku and Hanka can go for this double short setup again.
Yeah, this time not quite so exposed. Hanka just tucks in. Viku has a flashbang to set her up. B smoke goes out, but that's not going to be the play. Flashbangs for both teams to set up short control. First one goes full, but Hanka is tucked, waiting for Viku. Here comes the flash over the top. Oh, catches Hanka. She has to drop off.
Emsan will clear Angelka. It is just about who wins out their fight.
There's 3 players going through here. Angelka surely can't take all down.
She might.
You think they should be able to clear her. They've got 2 Molotovs. It wouldn't be unusual just to drop one here. But no, they're going to go contact. And it is against Angelka. Maybe she can take them all down. There's 2. And now it's Yorp you're up against. Angelka's playing her own game, and she might just win the round by herself. What? No, she fell. So Angelka goes down to the pistol.
Oh my god.
This is so weird.
Zaz landed on Hanka's head. Hanka knows that she's here.
Yeah, okay, she finds the kill. Now Giuliano throws the bomb over, so it's able to go down. She's getting run down through the Molotov. Hanka charges through, runs out of bullets. This is absolute chaos, but it's chaos that Hanka thrives in.
Zaz landed on her head. I can't believe that. The short players win out their fights, and Joker wins out hers. There is so much organized chaos in that round that wasn't even set up to be deliberate. And that even all started with Viku's team flash not enabling Hanka to peek short.
What a wild round for Hanka.
That was wild. That was so wild.
And Joker does exactly what she needed to do there. 2 kills and a massive delay. Nia wants to go fast. Oh, and she will. Smoke goes down at a good time though. Letty can't convert the second. Viku did find a player in middle, but there's another one in Jenkin. Very fast through B tunnels, but the bomb's being planted.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not going to matter if Jenkins here. because you just need to get going. But this smoke is causing a lot of problems here for Poland. Look at this timing in towards middle. Jenkin goes through. Viku hits the shot, and Angelka, she sees her.
Got the dink through the doorway. Now you know Giuliano's on the window. Yeah, she'll be dealt with easily by Viku. And Jenkins' position is known. Angelka wide swings her, and yeah, she's happy with that one. But it's Viku who got the majority of the kills.
Yeah, well done. Just immediate reactions out of Poland. Knowing that you lost the B bomb site, rather than rotating through mid, you just rotate through lowers instantly. Really big find for Angelka, just to go searching out long on a delayed timing. So important she got that information. I told you, you can't just have these back and forth rounds. As soon as one team gets one, they have to get another. This is just the quarterfinal law.
Trying again, they've gotten through pretty consistently, but Viku's here this time, and she's actually not even needed. Gets the assist with the Molotov, but it's the riflers that find all of the kills. Zaz will catch Hanka, just charging in for something. Not going to matter too much.
You want to keep the majority of these players alive, though.
That's true. Money isn't in the best place going to the final round. Okay, you spotted Zaz. You don't need to be that loud about it. I feel like you could just walk that Angelka and you would have got that kill.
You could have, but she didn't. 1v3 now for Zaz. Getting this bomb is proving to be really challenging, though.
One more kill would definitely make this a good round.
Absolutely. Let's see if she can do it, but it's Viku scoped in on the angle. And of course, Viku doesn't miss those.
Yeah, looking a lot more comfortable on Dust 2. Had a slower Nuke until the tail end where she really stepped up. Sweden with 5 T rounds, with Love a 6 to the tally, but considering they got the pistol, it's a decent haul from Poland.
Yeah, they've done well to sort of mitigate any early pressure. Both teams have really been fighting tooth and nail in this best of 3, but especially in this first half. And now Viku looking to be more dynamic than ever, pushing in towards long doors. Emsan jiggles, and I think spotted a shadow.
Viku definitely got a whiff of that, but I think now she's seen that fall off, she knows she's not going to find anything there, so she completely disengages, wants to have the op somewhere else where she can actually maybe get a fight.
This is cool. She's gone all the way back round in towards mid, just in case there's a mid to B, whilst Hanka is just blocking continuously with mollies and short. They're going to go back and challenge Angelka again out long.
Oh, gets the leg onto Nia, and then the HG brings it down to 2 HP. Angelka to be tested. Almost the double. They line up, but it's only damage onto either. Still 3 players here. Look at the push from Letty. She's getting information at B. They know this has to be A.
Hanka's going short as well and hunting. Zaz is tucked in the corner, trying to be that late lurk. VQ forced off the line. They're trying to put so much pressure in here, and Poland clear Zaz.
That's a huge clear to find, but they have conceded all control of sight. VQ tries to take a line, but smoke lands in their face. 4 on 4, Nia incredibly low. Bomb down, no utility for Sweden.
And there's utility for Poland. They're all sort of coming from CT. Up and over goes Giuliano. Viku is still sidelined by this smoke. So Hanka and Lena begin to push a bit more aggressively.
Uncertain on this setup. A lot of players on side. They deal with the long player. Hanka doubles up. And now it's just Giuliano and Jenkin. But Giuliano has been absolutely phenomenal. HE again, 1 HP, but it doesn't matter because it's Giuliano who fills the feed.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't even realize Jenkin was still alive. Like, Giuliano's on site, literally fighting everyone. Jenkin's just hiding at the back of site, and it's like, oh, no, it's a 2v2. I really thought Team Poland were putting that together. They did a really good job, at least trying to make that retake look competitive. Such a shame that there's so many instances of low damage in that round, but not resulting in kills.
Yeah, twice a Swedish player gets away with it. But even if that HG found its mark, Hanka was doomed. Perhaps if it had gone to the left and bounced back onto Giuliano instead, it's a different story.
True.
But a tied half, 6 each. This third map deserved a close one.
A close one is certainly what we've got. Fast play out long. Counter flash for Msan, but this time the pistol isn't as potent. Another reflash. Everyone's blind, but Angelka's hitting blinders.
Giuliano tucked in and finding success, at least for one. Keeps that advantage for Poland. Hanka showing us what she can do. Moving forward, Angelka long range with the Glock. Forces them back. Still a player at Gandalf. Zaz jiggles. And I think they've got the info on her position now. Yep. She's just holding to see if this head pops up.
It won't. It shouldn't need to. Viku's now dealt with Jenkin. Nia can now just stroll in by elevator. Needs to find this fight, but again, we're in a 4 versus 2. Zaz needs to start searching and exploring. Nia is doing everything she can to buy Zaz time, but everyone swings on Zaz, and then everyone swings on Nia.
Yeah, that's much more like it from Poland. Decisive play out towards long. They don't allow Giuliano to get the multi in towards Car. Zaz has a good position, but as soon as she's known, they don't give her an inch. Some players will be tempted just to peek up and try and, remove her, because it is a very exposed position once she starts to take shots, but Hanka never reveals herself.
Yeah, it's just simple CS, but it's the fundamentals of 3-2-1. Oh, we're all here. 3-2-1, okay. And again, just an eco. This is the first time that we've had one round going one way and then one round going the other way so far in map 3. Viku will be overwhelmed here in a second, but we'll get an awful lot of info. Or maybe she won't be overwhelmed at all. 2 kills. She's more than happy with that, whilst Poland can scale long.
Just the Galil that gets passed over. Oh, lady.
Nice.
Giuliano's got another one. Jenkin, can she make this further costly? No, it's going to be okay. Lena doesn't recover one of the rifles, but Poland, the 2-round lead.
And Giuliano, look, glass cannon AWP. You can tell that she feels like she needs to be the difference maker, very much like she was against Kazakhstan. But just a glass cannon instantly, that will be the difference because Viku won't be able to afford one yet. She's still rocking an AK.
Yeah, we talked about Giuliano and Zaz maybe feeling that need to take over the game by themselves. That backfires if the pressure becomes too much. But it can get scary. A burst through this smoke, and it does not work out. The Molotov wasn't extinguished.
Only extinguished half of it, and they even had a follow-up molly as well.
Molly's in CS2, man.
It was just nades in general. That was just so brutal. Now a reset for Poland that they look to explore in towards lowers. They're being spammed at the mid doors, and if you're being spammed at the mid doors, then maybe you feel like short could be exposed. Instead, it's mid to B. They don't shy away from the challenge. That's Lena just overwhelming Zaz.
Now it's just Nia. Manages to stand tall with 2 HP, but is removed. That's B open for business. Despite Sweden finding that opening kill, Poland managed to find the gap.
Yeah, and that's just really decisive play from Poland. Immediately, it's like, okay, we're just going to go mid to B. You're spamming, cool. 1 smoke, 1 flash, they are in. The MAC-10s are taking all of the space. Sweden want to give this a look in, and Jenkin has cleared Letty. It's a 3-on-2.
Good chance here. On fire is everyone, and Viku is lighting up the server. Giuliano, good for a clutch, but a 1v2. Remember, glass cannon, no armor. Viku doesn't budge.
No kit, no time. It's gone.
She will get the kill, and she'll look to maybe just hold on to this if she's allowed to. Will get away.
Yeah, they don't care about the AWP. You can have it. Team Poland have got the round, and now they've got a little bit of breathing room. Flawless so far on this T side.
Using that breath to let them know too. Jubilation. Roars of victory from the Polish cap. Sweden have this AWP from Giuliano. At least there's armor and a kit now, what she was lacking last round.
Thought the Roaring Bears were supposed to be supporting Giuliano.
Well, Poland's known for bears. Sweden that's getting plowed right now.
Look at this. Because of that saved AWP, that's the only thing you bring into this. You just got upgraded pistols on 2 players. And that just confirms that you know the money's not going to be good, so you take your weapon advantage and you spring up long again. Giuliano's in tunnels with the AWP, and Viku's letting them know that Team Poland want A.
Yeah, they're seeing all this contest. They go, all right, we're just going to go into A. HE kill. Nia's still here. But Angelica has dealt with everybody. And now you've seen Giuliano, you've heard Giuliano. Her and Zaz surely look to save this.
Yeah, can they save it though? That's the question. Should be able to because it's Viku that's just on the lurk. She could go into spawn and try and cut them off actually.
She actually is going to as well.
Oh, it's only Zaz with an AK.
Oh, Viku. Why are you going to do it to him like this?
This is the better prize.
Yeah, Giuliano has avoided, but you should know she might have to be at B.
Well, she
There's
has
nowhere
to be
else
at
she
B.
can be.
Yeah, she has to be. So you can go hunting for this, you can go looking for this. If you're Angelica, Viku will now come over to support. Yeah, they know. 10% left on the bomb, missed shot out of Giuliano, but at least she adjusts onto Angelica. Viku will just hold the line. She won't extend any further. That AWP has been saved 2 rounds over.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't vital because that was the half buy and they'd be able to reinvest, but it does save you a lot of money. And given that Sweden really have to grind back into this, they need it.
They got B spawns, I'm just saying. Team Poland have got B spawns, something acceleratory, that's not a word. Something more pacey, there we go.
A bit more acceleration.
That's it. Hey, they might be doing it, you know.
It's Viku who goes for the spawn. Can't hit that flick. It's very close though. Nia put on notice. Flashbang, great though.
She's seen at least 2 players there. That's a lot of info.
She hit the bomb as well. I don't think she wants to repeat this though. Nia, be careful. Viku is ready. Molotov. When she can't do the job with the AWP, will still make it uncomfy.
It's interesting actually because there's been no space taken. Giuliano's been boosted up for this success story. Out low is just dodges that flash and finds Letty.
It's a big one.
Look at the long interaction as well, because Emsan slid into the same corner that Angelica was punishing Sweden over and over again with. The Hanker looked to clear it, but Emsan would have prevailed for 2 if she had an AK.
Yeah, beautiful off angle. Angelica, good for it. Jenkin pushes through, removes Viku.
Great trade.
Angelica's low. Lena, the one with the HP. She looks to take the space. Molotov, that's a fun little angle it flies up on. How does Angelica group up? Oh, well, she's given the space to do so. Actually quite easy. They've got all the space on A, so the bomb could go down here.
Yeah, it could. There's no utility either. There's one flash, one nade, and that's it. There's also smokes. There's so much util available for Poland.
Sets. They're actually shocked that they have all this space.
Now they're thinking, where's the gap? Could it have been out long? Could they have come to reset here? No.
Pump for sure. You can re-smoke it. You can just keep it locked out. There's just no way into short, so it's going to be the long play from Zaz. Nia and Giuliano move out from CT. A jump from Angelica lets them know her position. Oh, I don't think she's ready for them to be this close. Nia already scaling up. Angelica was slightly ready, but low HP. Nia wins that one, and Lena, this is impossible, or maybe probable. That killed Giuliano. They're not on the bomb. It was tapped by Nia. She needs to stick it. She's the one with the kit, but Zaz makes it hard. And so Sweden will pull it off.
Yeah, well played. And the big thing about this for Team Sweden is that they take their time, they don't rush things. Poland have got all this control, they're surprised, and I think, to be honest, as soon as Angelica pulls out a nade and looks at short, it's like, there's probably another player there as well.
Buy's not good for Poland. All it takes is one round to eco them and give Sweden the way back in. A lot on the line here.
That's why they're playing a little bit safer. Deep nades, thrown a break on the smoke for Zaz. But information goes both ways. She'll retreat, she'll double up, they leave mid open. But Poland don't care about that. They want to take short again. Jenkin just holding this line so she can take a shot and fall off.
Molly goes forward just to clear off that close position. Jenkin retreats.
Oh, she drops a deep smoke and they're just disrespecting it.
Giuliano's here though. Makes a lot of noise back and forth. They seem uncertain about the destination here.
They've got a lot of utility. They've still got 4 smokes, right? So you can still feign out this mid to B pressure. Giuliano trying to get a lot of information. There's that smoke over towards short. It's going to draw her attention just for a moment. But it's all the moment that VQ needs to slide in. Giuliano, is she going to get flashed off the angle? No. Instead, she holds strong for not one, maybe two. Even more for Giuliano. Backs up, 35 seconds left. Team Poland are trapped in the doorway.
Giuliano's just darting back and forth as Zaz arrives. I think she's trying to bait in the swing. Sweden didn't really know where that was going, but it felt like Poland weren't even sure either.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I thought you were talking about Team Poland. When he said, oh, you don't know where they're going. Me neither, and I don't think they did. Angelica will grab that kill, 10 seconds left. Holding on to the AK is pretty sweet, but just don't die after time. We've already spoken about the financial woes of Team Poland. After this round, it's going to be remained crystal clear. Team Sweden are still in this series. They are still in this tournament.
Saving here is actually super awkward. Everyone else on like 2k. It's going to have to be the Eco and this hero rifle. This is the way in for Sweden. What can Angelica do here?
They just want to fight long.
That's going to be the answer. She's the trade. E. Trader. No, she's going first. Doesn't matter. They're in and out. Pistols leading the charge. Should be a fast response from Sweden.
This is tough, though, because you haven't got a smoke for the cross, right? You've got one molly, you've got M-San just swinging in the open. And that's going to cost her. Angelica eviscerates. There are still two players in close proximity, but again, how are you going to cross this choke point?
The molly, that's the way they want to do it. They just run over. They just run over. They get the bomb over. No, it drops and it falls forward.
No.
Worst case scenario, it felt like they'd done their job. All those bodies get over. VQ does pick up a rifle and do some damage. But how did you get this bomb?
That's the thing. That's the key question. There's no utility to be scavenged off the floor. Zaz is swinging. And Giuliano can't see them over the top of that line. 50 seconds left. Question still remains, how do you get this bomb? And you've got Nia that needs to hold mid just in case Team Poland look to reroute back.
Lei decides to make the play. She moves forward and she picks up a smoke. It drops into CT.
Is there a gap? Yeah, there's a fat gap, but it doesn't matter. She's got it.
VQ's got Nova. They recover from the dead bodies of the Swedes. Their pathway into this round. This was just a hero rifle on Angelica. It's planted for her at long. 2 smokes for the CTs. So Angelica's going to need to be a little bit more active, particularly as both her teammates have no armor. Zaz creeps forward. Angelica, you're needed. You are needed. It's all Angelica. They can just defuse. Surely they should know this. They're going to get on it. There's just no way. No way, no how. Angelica looks to save again.
I tell you what, though, what a hero effort from Team Poland to try and cross with the molly. The bomb gets dropped forward. It feels like there is no out, and yet they find one. Yeah, they come away with that. With, like, a bomb plant. They don't win, but they get a lot of money to be able to get VQ this AWP in one of the most crucial rounds of this quarterfinal.
Definitely the time to get Alsace, the coach, on the line.
Guys, that was close.
Guys, yeah, NT. Let's not face CT when we've got the bomb. Let that one throw forward rather than away.
Biggest difference here, I think, just for everyone actually on the server, is you look at the kill distribution, everyone is even. No one has dropped off, and everyone is providing.
VQ's got the B spawn with the AWP. We saw her really put Nia under pressure there.
It might be a same round where if VQ can get the kill, they'll explode onto B. If they don't, they'll look elsewhere. But I think as soon as you see the AWP over at B, yeah, it's the same round as before. So VQ will walk in with the rifle. As soon as you see this and it gets commed over,
Giuliano's here.
Long.
Giuliano's here with the AWP of her own, and behind the Molotov, she peeks in. She's ready for it. VQ caught off guard, the AWP prioritized, and it falls.
And now you've got to reset because that was the plan A. Plan B is now just to fall back into that regimented default. Reset, go look for this short control. But the defense is already shuffled. Giuliano, sure, she's still hanging out towards B, but she can look over this smoke into top middle.
Oh, it's such a big gap. She can do everything here. They won't really give her that room. She won't actually see much. Goes back to B. Has Zaz to look after this position.
Oh, it's the right read as well. Look, the bomb's walking back.
But Hanka finds Zaz. A big kill. Yes, she is low, but she can be such a nuisance here, and it's going to pull Giuliano.
But she needs to keep going with this, though. She's just dropped a smoke. Nia's going to start to push into tunnels. This could be a big mistake. Nia goes forward. Letty will delete her. Giuliano's going to be caught in transition.
Giuliano, no, she hits the shot and the flick up. It's only the leg. It's only the leg, and you still have Hanka on the lurk. They've got to be worried about this. 2 players with such low HP. Hanka doesn't need a move. The bomb's going to go down. She's the late play.
She needs to wait for the site players to take contact because as soon as she gives over an audio cue, she's dead.
Well, she knows that not going through tunnels, so the site players can just focus on doors and on window. A re-smoke lands. Window is the only avenue for Sweden. Emsan and Jenkin have to pull off this 2v3, and Lena from below lets them know.
They were so worried about Hanka. They were so worried about that mid doors rotate, and it never came in. She played it so perfectly. Lena low HP, just tucked in towards the corner. Oh my goodness me.
That's Giuliano finding the opening kill and then the correct read on where that was going to go.
And the follow-up and the leg shot, and it's still not enough.
Doing everything, but it's still not enough. Now it's VQ on the line. Do you want to repeat this?
Yep.
Revenge. The MV9, bold. Recovered AWP. Don't think she'll give it a chance.
No. And again, Na'Vi can just default. They can take this mid space. They know that Orb's not going to be on the line. Smoke's a lot better this round as well.
Finding the space in short consistently. Zaz will cross before the smoke fades. VQ was watching. Maybe Zaz can be the hero this round. But with a player in lower and with VQ honed in on the angle, if Zaz makes the move, she could be in trouble.
Look at the timing though. She is making the move, but it has been held.
Nia's pushed through holes, but it's Emsan on site who's running forward with a USP in hand. Craziness. Doesn't see a thing. But she's been heard to drop off. You know Nia's the B player. There's got to be space here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 5-on-2. I think they're just waiting.
Yeah, they're waiting for the mistake. I think Nia's made a really good position in case Team Poland want to walk back, but there's just too many players to contend with this. This should be Team Poland getting series points, semi-final point.
12-9, not the first time that we would have seen it in this series and the other team being able to pull it back, but Poland definitely feel like they're in control at the moment, and these 2 guns need to be saved. You can see Nia is well back in, backyard. Emsan really needs to start moving because they want this orb. It's so important Giuliano has this in the next round.
Really nice tempo change out of Poland as well, because you get the early aggression in towards long, and then you form this really static default. You wait for Sweden to make the moves. You know they're going to be proactive and try and take the map control back. Instead, they are the ones that get punished.
The exit.
It's just not worth it.
It's really not worth it. She's going to go down here. You can't see the way out. Unless she just kills everybody, which isn't going to happen. There's just too many players. You've lost the orb.
And you feel like that's the win condition, especially with how Giuliano's been playing. Sure, you'll save 1 M4, but coming into this, you're going to have MP9, you're going to have Famises.
Nia's going to give that M4 over to Zaz. The right call. Giuliano also gifted one. They know who needs to take charge. 18 kills apiece. Top of the board for Sweden. Has been the story for this team throughout. Giuliano relied upon time and time again. Sets up her teammates at long. Oh, not that one. Second time of asking. He's already out.
It's nervy. Sweaty hands, but
they
Poland.
missed the CT smoke in towards the doors too. You can see it's on the roof.
It's
Pressure's too much.
It's all just crumbling. Double push in towards shorts being held, and Hanka delivers. This could be the beginning of the end.
Sweden were on the precipice of eliminating Poland, the favorites to take the whole damn thing.
What sweet irony this is a 12-9 scoreline as well.
I know.
Zaz has pushed. You know it's A. Cool. The issue is that you've got no utility, you've got no rotates. Jenkins is on her own with an MP9.
It's brutal, isn't it?
Hanka is not moved a muscle. She could maybe find Nia. Here comes the crunching towards top middle. Maybe they can find her. That's an AK at least, but this is when Poland start to scale. Jenkins under so much pressure, just ducking and diving down below the site, but it's conceded.
AK and a dream now. VQ goes back to cover of Zaz. This fight is crucial, and Zaz wins it. Zaz wins it against the Orb. Sweden are still here, still fighting. Nia finds another. Jenkins activates. It's on to Letty, and she's found that first kill. A 1v1 to decide Sweden's fate. Over the top comes Letty, but from below strikes Zaz.
Zaz has done everything in this round. You said, look, Team Sweden have to drop the rifles to Zaz and to Giuliano, and they do. And it's so patient, it's so ridiculously patient from Zaz to anticipate that VQ will be covering, going that deep with the AWP, and from there everything slots into place.
And you could argue it's too patient from Poland. They're in a 5-on-3. They know the money's not good. They've removed Giuliano, and they wait for so long to go that Hanka, who is tucked all the way back top middle, is the first player that's spotted.
They go when they receive that contact, but Jenkins decided not to fight, to actually just stay alive in that smoke for so long was everything.
Huge impact. Both her and Nia finding their kills. That's with the double up.
3v5 turned into another chance for survival. And I tell you what, if Team Sweden win this, Team Poland are broke.
Not done yet. The sweet irony of it all. Can Sweden do to Poland what they did just 40 minutes ago to them? Short the play, control being established, very default from Poland, not taking any chances.
And this would be the round if you're Team Poland where you group up, you take the space and you just go. You don't think about it too hard, you just go.
Giuliano and Jenkins on this A-side defense will be put under pressure. Smokes go out for a cross. Setting up for it. Flashbang for Jenkins to give Giuliano a chance to fight. This is going to be the commitment. Poland are going in. Bomb charges forward. Giuliano under pressure. There's been a drop down from Hanka. Jenkins now in a tough position. VQ deals with her.
Look at the flank. Oh, Lena's just walked through B.
This might just be it. Zaz is being shot in the back lines. Zaz and Emsan. Zaz delivered them a chance in the last round. She needs to go absolutely nuclear in this one, and she won't be allowed. Poland will finish off Sweden and continue their run here at IESF.
Incredible mid-round there from Poland. You just got to go, and they did. You got to give a lot of credit here to Team Sweden because, look, Poland came back on Nuke. They forced it 2-2 in the first place. Sweden were competitive all the way throughout this game, throughout this tournament. Giuliano and Zaz roll back the years. They are still the impactful players you know and you love. But for Team Poland, a team that has been together, a team that has played on LAN for so many events, it only makes sense that they make the semi-final.
Yeah, the experience shone across the board here. So many reps together on the stage. It's the result we expected, but not in the manner we expected. And for Sweden, yeah, heads should be held high for this team. They're going to feel like they should have had this, and I know many will look at that scoreline on Nuke and how it fell apart, and the heartbreak is there, but the resilience for all these new players,
Absolutely.
right? Emsan, I don't think we've ever seen her on international stage before, right? And she played phenomenally on Nuke. It was a great showing for Sweden, but sadly couldn't get it done against the crowd favorite.
No, absolutely not. And that means that Poland progress on. They take on the USA in the semi-final. And the USA, a real dark horse at this event. We've already seen Poland stumbling. That's out to be a banger.
Yeah, the USA absolutely stomped out Spain, which really puts it up into the air as to what this team's capable of. Because if they can come through and dismantle Spain like that, Poland have definitely looked shaky. There's weaknesses there.
Yeah, there really is. But I think for Team Poland now, the objective is, look, that's one match done. Now they can move on to the next. Their expectation, a bare bare minimum was grand final, if not the whole damn thing.
Yeah, and it looks like they're on a pretty good path to do so. They were really tested here, so that's gonna really get the fires going. We saw Angelica really getting fired up. She's a big win condition, I think, for this team when it comes to LAN, for not just the emotional reason, but also physically just being in the server and fragging out, because she has had a pretty quiet year for her standards. So it's really good to see her really stepping up.
Yeah,
too.
especially ahead of ESL Impact, right? I mean, that I think puts Na'Vi Javelins in such good stead ahead of Stockholm to see them performing so well on the international stage, then moving it over. This is the perfect warm-up for them.
Yeah, that entire call was phenomenal in this series. Like, Viku just threw out on every single map. I think Hanker particularly came alive on Nuke. She was brilliant there. On Dust 2 as well, so many big rounds delivered by her. So overall, that kind of OG core really stepping up. Got to praise Letty as well for her performance throughout Nuke. That tail end, I mentioned it throughout, right? It felt like 6-7 rounds in a row. Basically from that 9-12 scoreline, she had impact every single round.
And again, like the one player we haven't mentioned, it's got to be Lena as well. The fact that she's taken a hiatus from competition, comes back, and she's enjoying every moment. We've got an interview on the sidelines with Team Poland and Hanka.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, congratulations to Poland. With us here is Hanka. First of all, how do you feel?
Oh my god, I feel like exhausted, but in the same time, I feel so hyped that we managed to win this game. And yeah, I'm just so proud of my girls.
Totally. And now, what we saw is like, this is like the first overtime ever to take place in this tournament, And you kind of like turned the results all around. And it's like, oh my god, what's happening? This is crazy. What do you think really made this happen for your team?
Like, we knew that our team never give up, right? Because we've been playing for like really long time together. And overtime is like new beginning for us. So we were really like on the starting point all the time. And it felt good that we keep going, and we managed to close it. So yeah, we only showed our strength.
Totally. Well, the thing is, speaking of that, everybody feels good about the team that, they might actually make it for this tournament. And everybody says that, I think one of the main things is that your team has been practicing together such a long time. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, of course, it's like advantage of our team that we've been playing like for a really long time, and we've been playing like together for like quite a lot. So it's awesome. Like we have synergy on the server and out of the server, so it helps a lot. And yeah, like right now we're just having fun, and it matters for us the most. And yeah.
Friendship, family, and having fun. What do you want to say to your friends and family back home in Poland, even in Polish?
Dziękujemy bardzo za oglądanie, bo wiem, że wielu was było. Jedziemy do finału i wygrywamy i wracamy z pucharem.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, viewers around the world. Hanka representing Team Poland right here in Riyadh. And back to you, amazing talents.